like they had the last 2 weeks, let the game come to them, and finish tackles. He was really concerned about the tackling, wants to see him wrap up. And if you're Har-Ber with Fayetteville, you want to limit the yards after catch. You want to pound the rock. They like to run. Their stats don't blow you away, but they're efficient. They put up good numbers. They're not flashy. It's not a big play. It's just consistent, steady, push it down. And they want to try to limit Fayetteville's big plays. As we know, the Fayetteville offense, very capable of putting points up in a hurry. Har-Ber's going to try to slow that down tonight. Fayetteville wants to push the tempo.
Of course, Har-Ber coached by Chris Wood, now in his 13th season at Har-Ber. He's been the only head coach they've ever had. And so you talk about building a program identity. I don't think you could have any more, program identifiable with the head coach as Har-Ber is. He won his 100th game here at Har-Ber 2 weeks ago when they beat Van Buren 45-14. And just kind of put in perspective how long he's been here. We said 13 seasons. There are no other coaches in the 7A West who have been in place at their current job longer than 2015.
Oh, no, you can't think of Har-Ber and not think of Chris Wood.
Yeah.
No question about it. One of the great offensive minds in high school football.
Of course, Chris was a right-hand man to Gus Malzahn for all those years at Shiloh Christian, again at Springdale High School in 2005. And there's a tie-in between Chris Wood and Billy Dawson, the Fayetteville head coach. Chris left Shiloh Christian to coach at Nashville High School for the 2004 season. He left there to come back to Springdale and be the coordinator for that great Springdale 5 team. And Billy Dawson took his place at Nashville, and what did he do? He went 91-13 in 8 seasons and won 3 state championships.
And there's a lot of mutual respect between those two as well, and a lot of history, and 2 really good offensive minds squaring off tonight.
Yeah, I think so too. It'll be interesting to see how Fayetteville's been tested this year. I mean, you go back to St. John Vianney 10 weeks ago in St. Louis, or Wasso when they played at Harmon on the last night of August. They played Bryant, a team they could potentially see in the playoffs. We'll talk about playoff scenarios here in a little bit. But Har-Ber, when they've been tested this year, they haven't really lived up to the test. They lost to Pulaski Academy 50-14. They lost to Bentonville 44-8. They lost to Bentonville West 45-0. And so it'll be interesting to see how they come out against Fayetteville tonight because, again, when they played the best team, those are all AP top 10 teams in the state of Arkansas. Fayetteville's number 7 this week. They haven't done well against those top 10 teams.
No, they've been real inconsistent this year, and I think that's the one thing they would really like to see is consistency. That's something we've seen, I think, Fayetteville excel at as they've gone along. And the last 2 weeks, I mean, wow, you look at what Darius Bowers has done. He's completed 82% of his passes.
Yeah.
I mean, not just one game. We're talking 2 games. It's incredible. And the Bulldogs have gotten noticeably better each and every game, too, which to me is very impressive.
Billy Dawson says that Fayetteville's played its best football of the season the last 3 weeks, which dovetails perfectly with when Darius Bowers came back from that knee injury. Let's talk playoff scenarios. So Fayetteville, they will be the number 3 seed in the 7A West with a win tonight. Har-Ber would be the number 3 seed if they win. If Har-Ber loses, they would be either 4 or 5, depending on how the game goes tonight between Springdale and Van Buren. If Fayetteville loses, they would be the 4th seed. So we know this. Fayetteville is going to play either Northside, Southside, or Cabot next week. We just don't know what the seeding will be yet. Southside and Northside play tonight, the Battle of Rogers Avenue down in Fort Smith, probably the best rivalry in the state of Arkansas. And then, as we said, Cabot plays the number 1 team in the state tonight, North Little Rock. Not likely that Cabot's going to win. And so if Cabot loses to North Little Rock and Northside defeats Southside, then Cabot would be the 6th seed, assuming that Fayetteville's the 3. If Northside loses to Southside tonight, Northside would be the 6th seed. And then if Cabot were to pull an upset tonight and Southside were to lose to Northside, then we have to get into some sort of mathematical equation to figure out who the number 6 seed is going to be.
Yeah, it gets complicated. But the good thing is for Fayetteville, you're going to be at home next week. It's just, are you going to be in the 3 or the 4 spot? And the great thing with tonight is take care of your business. You don't have to worry about any of that.
Of course, being the 3 seed would mean that Fayetteville wouldn't have to see a number 1 seed until the state semifinals, assuming the Purple Dogs could get that far. The captains are going out to midfield, and while they do the coin toss, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Fayetteville Bulldog football. back at Wildcat Stadium in Springdale as they get ready to do the opening coin toss. Har-Ber, it's senior night here in Springdale, so all of the Har-Ber seniors are out on the field. There are 4 captains for each team at midfield. The referee talking over the rules with both teams, and now we're getting ready to have the coin toss. And while we do it, Blair?
Our referee tonight is Lyndon Polk. The umpire is Bill Mock. John Jenkins is our linesman. Our line judge is Tony Lloyd. And Matt Nelson is the back judge. And quickly on the playoff scenario, too, win tonight and you don't fall into the 4 spot, that 4 spot is going to have to face North Little Rock in the second round. And you want to avoid that if at all possible.
Yeah, another big game tonight that we'll be keeping an eye on is, as we say, Har-Ber has won the opening coin toss. They defer to the second half. So Fayetteville will receive the opening kickoff. Fayetteville will move from our right to left. That's from the south to the north side of the stadium here in Springdale. But as we were talking about playoffs, another big game tonight, Bryant and Conway. And the winner of that one will be the number 2 seed in the Central. And that would be potentially the team that Fayetteville would be pitted against in the second round, again, assuming that they can get that far.
Yes, that is correct. And they would travel to whoever is the winner of that one. And you would
go back to Bryant.
Yeah, but you like that. Yeah. You've beaten them once. That'd be a lot easier than having to face North Little Rock.
So a little bit of an interesting pregame scenario tonight, Blair. The Purple Dogs didn't arrive here at the stadium until 6:29 p.m. Just less than 30 minutes ago. About 5 buses rolled up full of Fayetteville players and cheerleaders and band members. They had a police escort with them rolled in here to Springdale. They didn't go through any type of warm-ups on this field. They did all their warm-ups back home in Fayetteville, and so it'll be interesting just to see how they start off this game as they're seeing this field for the first time, and they're out here in this environment for the first time tonight.
It's a little unusual to see a team do that, but obviously Coach Dawson knows what he's doing. He planned for that. I will be anxious to talk to him and just get his thoughts on that, because that is interesting. But
just different.
It is different. But sometimes mixing up a routine is not a bad idea, because they had senior night and all the other things going on. You kind of would be standing around anyway.
Har-Ber's taken the field. Fayetteville's already taken the field. Har-Ber running on now. Har-Ber in their navy tops, navy helmets. Those are different helmets than they've had. This is their first year wearing those. They've got white pants with blue stripes down the side. Fayetteville on the far sideline tonight wearing its white jerseys, white pants, and purple helmets. They have purple stripes down the side of their pants. So Fayetteville will get the ball first, and that'll give us a little bit of a chance to talk about the Fayetteville kick return team. Fayetteville's had a couple of kickoff returns for a touchdown this year. Brooks Flanagan had one against St. John Vianney. Bo Stuckey had one against St. John Vianney in the first game. Brooks Flanagan had one, I believe, against Van Buren in the homecoming game back down at Harmon Field. And, for Har-Ber, their kickoff man is John Delamotte, and Delamotte does not get the ball into the end zone a whole lot, and so it could create some opportunities for the speedy Fayetteville return men to get some return chances tonight.
And that's one area, too, where Fayetteville can take advantage with special teams. Har-Ber special teams have been okay, but they haven't been anything great, and they have not had very long returns. So that, or a touchdown on special teams, whereas, as you mentioned, Fayetteville's had 2. So that can be something the Bulldogs could use to their advantage.
And as we say that, Brooks Flanagan is not back deep for Fayetteville tonight. The deep men for the Purple Dogs here on the opening kickoff are Bo Stuckey and Link Lindsay. Lindsay, the sophomore receiver. John Delamotte is the kicker for Har-Ber. He wears number 34.
And Lindsay's been getting a lot more playing time too as the season's gone along, which just adds to that wide receiver depth.
He certainly has. It's a high kick, and it will be fielded at the 3 by Stuckey. Comes out across the 15, the 20. Stuckey at the 30, hit and taken down at the 32-yard line. So good field position for the Purple Dogs to start this game after a return of 29 yards by Bo Stuckey.
Good field position to start out, and of course the Bulldog offense led by Darius Bowers. Incredible numbers the last 2 weeks, 719 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, the 2 picks, 82% completion. Since his injury, Matt, over 1,000 yards in 3 games. He's been incredible.
Bowers this season 127 for 179, 1,988 yards, and 17 touchdowns. On first down, it's a push pass to Bo Stuckey coming left side, and Har-Ber read that one well. Not much there that time for Stuckey. A yard out to the 33, and it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they've obviously seen that on tape and knew to expect it.
A little bit of a different look here for Fayetteville. As they've got two backs in with Bowers in the shotgun formation, one to either side. On second down, Bowers goes shotgun, throws right side. This is Flanagan across the 35, and he gets to the 38-yard line, knocked out of bounds after a pickup of 5, and it brings up 3rd down and 4.
Looked like he might have slipped, or else he would have had a lot of real estate to run toward the end zone. But
this looks like a new turf at Har-Ber this season. Does
Second
not look
year.
like the old turf. Yeah. So the first time Fayetteville's played on it. 3rd down and 4. The Purple Dogs need to get to their 42 to move the chains. Bowers moves a man in motion. Looking left, throws. This is Flanagan, and he's not going to get the first down, I don't think. No, he's going to be about a yard short. They're going to mark him at the 41-yard line. Blair, they threw it left side, and it looked like Montel Terry was supposed to be his blocker, and Terry didn't pick anyone up, and it was free reign for the Har-Ber defense.
he was out too wide, actually. If he'd been lined up a little further in toward the line of scrimmage, he might have been able to do the block. We'll see what the Bulldogs do here.
It's 4th and less than a yard. Bowers is lined up in the shotgun formation on 4th and 1. 2 receivers left side. Van Hook, the tight end, also to the left. 2 receivers now to the right. Now they're going to bring Flanagan back, and this looks like this is going to be a pooch punt for the Purple Dogs. We've seen them do this a couple of times. A couple of hard counts here by Flanagan. And now we've got flags, and I think we had some movement against the Purple Dogs.
Yeah, they had Har-Ber a little bit confused
There might be delay
early
of game.
on.
Might be delay of game. The clock is at 0.
Well, that was quick. I looked up, it was 6, and then I thought it
Fayetteville took a timeout.
Okay.
So there won't be a delay of game penalty because the Purple Dogs will take a timeout. Let's take a quick one with them. 10:33 to play first quarter. We're scoreless at Har-Ber. This is Purple Dog football. From its own 41-yard line, and it looks like the Purple Dogs will punt the ball away. Connor Flanagan is back deep for Fayetteville. Deep, relatively speaking. Yeah. He's the deepest man on the field, but he's only about 7 yards back behind the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap, rolls right. It's a high kick. There are no Har-Ber return men back. It takes a good Fayetteville roll inside the 20, and it will be downed at the, wait for the official mark, about the 18-yard line.
Good kick.
Yeah, so that will go down as a 41-yard punt for Flanagan. And the Wildcats will start at their own 18 with 10:24 to play in the quarter.
A little unusual they didn't have a return man back there.
Yeah, definitely. I thought so. Maybe they were bringing some people up to make sure that Fayetteville did not fake it. So for Har-Ber, they're led by Blaze Witchen. That is their quarterback. Witchen, a 5'11", 170-pound junior. He's completing only about 49% of his passes this season, and we'll talk a little bit more about the Har-Ber offense after this play. 4 wide to the left side on first down, but he's looking right. Throws his passes incomplete, and Witchen is fortunate that that was not intercepted by Brooks Flanagan. He was looking for Hunter Wood out to the right side, and he threw it too high. Went through Flanagan's hands, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Witchen is an athletic quarterback. He can run. Had a lot of success on the junior high level with Central, was undefeated as a starter for 2 years.
Has a 55-yard run this season for the Wildcats on 2nd down and 10. 3 wide to the right, 2 to the left for Witchen, an open backfield for the Wildcats. Takes the snap, looking right, being pressured, throws. His pass is incomplete. He was looking on the right side for Micah Seawood. It went off of his hands at about the 25-yard line. And now Har-Ber's looking at a 3rd down and 10. And Blair, we don't see the running back, Jay Burns, for the Wildcats. He's had 2 300-yard games this season. There was some talk coming into the game that he might not play tonight, and it doesn't look like he's on the field.
And he is a big, big component of their offense.
Had 356 yards last week at Rogers on 3rd down. 4 receivers left side, but Witchen looking right again. This pass is incomplete. And once again on the coverage for the Purple Dogs was Brooks Flanagan.
Great coverage.
Definitely great. Actually, that was not Flanagan. That was Carrington Taylor coming over on the coverage that time for the Purple Dogs as Witchen was looking for Hunter Wood. And now it's 4th down and 10 for the Wildcats. And Witchen will stay in the game, but he also punts the ball for the Wildcats, and that's what you would expect here from the 18-yard line.
They're kind of lined up like they're going to go for it.
Witchen standing back about 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, rolls right, and it is a punt. It's a high one, but it might be returnable for Stuckey. It takes a bounce, and he's not going to be able to return this. It will be downed at the Fayetteville 38-yard line, and that's where the Purple Dogs will begin their second possession.
Well, the defense holds on the opening possession. Now just get the offense going after that 3 and out to open the ball game. A little better field position to work with here.
So Fayetteville will start from its 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Both teams go 3 and out on their first possession of the game. We're not quite 2 minutes into this one yet at Springdale. Bowers comes out with 2 receivers to the left. Now they'll move Flanagan and Mosley, giving him 3 on that side. Takes the snap on 1st down, goes play action, throws to Flanagan. It's a screen, breaks a tackle at the 40. Flanagan at the 45, still moving some Har-Ber defenders forward. And he'll get to the 47-yard line, a pickup of 9, and it's 2nd and 1.
Nice job, too, for him to get the extra yards. The blocks really weren't set up, but Connor continued to fight and scrap, and now it's going to be 2nd and 1.
3 receivers left side for the Purple Dogs on 2nd down and 1. Terry is the tailback to the left side of Bowers. They go play action, throws left, pass caught. This is Braddock. Did he fumble the ball? No, they're going to say he was down. He's got the 1st down into Har-Ber territory at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the play, and the Purple Dogs have the first down of the game.
And Augie was wide open. Darius did a nice job of finding him wide open in the middle.
Fayetteville goes hurry up. 2 receivers to either side of Bowers from the Har-Ber 45. 1st and 10. Takes the snap. Give to Terry. Running left side. Now trying to bounce it out. Gets across the 40 to the 38-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the play. And like he's done ever since he got into the games now, Blair, Montel Terry, just a really patient run and gets 7 yards. It seems like that's just about commonplace for him.
And credit the left side of the offensive line doing a great job of opening the hole and allow him to run through.
2nd down and 3. Fayetteville needs to get to the Har-Ber 35 to pick up the 1st down. They will give it to Terry running left side, and I don't think he's got the 1st down. He was bottled up that time by a few Wildcat defenders. It looked like the first one in there for Har-Ber was Malachi Campbell. Takes him down at the 36, and it'll be 3rd down and 1.
Well, you've got a lot of options you can go with right here. Run or pass. Van Hook's in there.
That was a run-pass option on that last time. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to either side. This time it's Sherritt's the running back. He's got the 1st down across the 35, and they'll mark him at the 33-yard line, give him 3 on 3rd and 1, and the Purple Dogs are moving the ball here with 8:19 to play in the first quarter.
Nothing flashy, but they're being very effective. Doing a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage.
Last week against Rogers, Har-Ber let the Mounties into their red zone twice and came away with turnovers. Play action on 1st down. Bowers looking for something. Now he has to roll out of the pocket, going to his right. Now he just chucks it down the field for Flanagan in the end zone. Touchdown, Fayetteville! I think I saw a flag come out, Blair, so we'll wait and see what it's going to be an ineligible receiver down the field against Fayetteville, and that's going to nullify a 33-yard touchdown pass by Bowers to Flanagan in the corner of the end zone. And that's what you see on those plays when the quarterback has to buy some time. The lineman can get too far down the field, and it's probably one of the more misunderstood rules, and it's one of the hardest ones for an offensive lineman to guard against. But that's a huge penalty against the Purple Dogs, wiping off what would have been a great touchdown throw from Bowers to Flanagan.
Man, that was a great throw, too. Bought time, scrambled out, saw his man, hit him, and all for naught.
So the penalty will only cost the Purple Dogs 5 yards, but it cost them a lot more than that. 1st and 15 from the 38-yard line. Shotgun formation. They bring Flanagan in motion. They give it to him on a push pass, running right, and he doesn't have much. Gets up to the 35. They might give him the 34. A gain of about 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down and long for Fayetteville.
Well, you got hit in the mouth there. You got to respond now if you're Fayetteville. And I'll tell you what, Har-Ber's kind of taking their time coming off the field. If Fayetteville would go with a little more tempo, they might get a too many men on the field penalty.
3 receivers to the right side of the boundary, but Bowers looks left on 2nd down. Throws. Charbonneau's got it at the 30. Tries to break a tackle, but he can't get away. They'll take him down at the 28-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the play, and it brings up 3rd down for Fayetteville. 3rd down and 4. The Purple Dogs have to get to the Har-Ber. No, it's going to be 3rd and 5. They've got to get to the Har-Ber 23-yard line to move the chains.
Har-Ber's doing a good job of not allowing Fayetteville to get very many yards after the catch.
Fayetteville's converted a 3rd down already on this drive. We'll see if they can do it again. 2 receivers left side to the boundary. Now they move Terry to the right. 3 receivers that way. It's a run all the way. Bowers has got it across the 25. The 20, he breaks a tackle. Running left. Bowers at the 15, the 10, the 5, and Darius Bowers is down at the 2-yard line on an incredible quarterback keeper that goes 26 yards, and the Purple Dogs have a 1st and goal from the Har-Ber 2.
Boy, what a great play call that was. They saw Har-Ber was lined up as if they were going to blitz. Darius just waited just a moment for the blitz to come through, and then bang, right through the middle, it was wide open.
Big personnel change here for Fayetteville. They're going to go in the Wildcat package. Bo Stuckey at quarterback. He takes the snap on 1st and goal, goes behind his fullback, and did he get in? I don't think they're going to give it to him, Blair.
No, I think he was short.
Looked like the ball might have crossed the goal line, but they're going to say he's down at the half-yard line. And so it'll be 2nd and goal for the Purple Dogs.
Well, that was a unique look. He tried to follow the right side of the line, but credit Har-Ber, they had good penetration up front.
2nd down and goal. Stuckey stays in the shotgun formation. They'll run the same play right side. This time he goes in standing up. Touchdown Fayetteville. Bo Stuckey goes in from a yard out, and with 6:13 to play in the 1st quarter, the Purple Dogs strike first. Stuckey that time went in behind Keandre Conley. Conley is a defensive end most of the time for the Purple Dogs, but they bring him in an H-back look that time, and he just plowed the hole right open for Stuckey to go through.
Same play, same place, and the line opened up the hole that time. Good job by them up front.
Huxley Richardson on to attempt the extra point. Carson Jordan will hold. Brooks Flanagan is the deep snapper for the Purple Dogs. Here's the snap. It's good. The ball is down, and the kick is good. And so with 6:13 to play in the 1st quarter, our score, Fayetteville 7, Har-Ber nothing. You're listening to Purple Dog Football.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks, bring on summer.
13 to play 1st quarter. Fayetteville leads Har-Ber 7-0 after a 1-yard touchdown run by Bo Stuckey. Touchdown was set up on a big run by Darius Bowers that went 26 yards to the Har-Ber 2. And Fayetteville's really done its damage so far tonight, Blair, on the ground.
Indeed they have, and that was a nice drive. 11 plays, 62 yards. That's one of the longer drives, play-wise, we've seen out of the Bulldogs this year.
So Micah Seawood is the main kickoff return man for Har-Ber, but Har-Ber does some strange things on their kickoff returns. You see Hunter Wood back deep for the Wildcats as well. They've actually got 3 men deep.
Oh, sky kick.
Yes, it's going to be a sky kick by Huxley Richardson to the left side. Wood will get underneath it at the 17. He fumbled the ball. Now picks it up at the 14, back across the 15, the 20, and he falls forward to the 26-yard line, taken down by Trendon Meadows, and that's where the Wildcats will start 1st and 10 with 6:07 to play in the 1st quarter.
11 plays, 62 yards, and let's see, 40 yards rushing, 36 yards passing. A little surprising to see the numbers slided toward the run because Fayetteville's been such a predominantly passing team all year long.
Witchen is the quarterback, comes out in the pistol formation. On first down for Har-Ber from its 26-yard line. They give it running straight ahead. It's a great run by the Wildcats out to the 31-yard line. On the run that time for the Wildcats was Max Pena. Pena is a 6-foot, 200-pound junior. He was their top running back for a while this season until Jay Burns took over. And Pena is really fired up after that run. 2nd down and 5, slapping himself on the helmet.
Yeah, he's had 2 100-plus rushing games this year, so he can tote the rock.
They give it to Pena again. This time there's not much there. He's hit in the hole. He is able to fall forward, though, for a few yards. In fact, Blair, they're going to give him the 35-yard line.
Wow, that's a heck of a spot there.
Yeah, he ended up getting about 3 or 4 yards after contact, and it's 3rd down and 1 for Har-Ber. From its 35, the Wildcats have to get to the 36 to move the chains.
And this offensive line for Har-Ber is young. Sophomore, senior, freshman, senior.
Witchen in the pistol formation. They'll go to Pena again. This time he's bottled up, and I think they're going to give him forward progress across the 36, which would be enough for a first down. Keandre Conley, the first one off the pile for the Purple Dogs. Darby Fields also gets off the pile. It's a yard, though, and it gives Har-Ber a first down at its 36-yard line. 5:01 to play first quarter. Fayetteville leads 7-0. Purple Dogs scored on their 2nd possession of the game. Now Har-Ber with its 2nd possession. Wildcats playing tonight without its top running back, Jay Burns, who had a 356-yard effort last week at Rogers. Ran one play in the second half, didn't play again.
Wow, that's just amazing.
They go play action on first down. Witchen looking deep down the field, and he's got a man. It's Hunter Wood at the 30 of Fayetteville, the 25, and he falls forward to the 23-yard line. Wood just got behind the defensive back, Marquez Douglas. That's a big pickup for the Wildcats.
That's a big boost in the arm for their confidence, too.
Sure
And that's
is.
the one thing Fayetteville has struggled with all year, man, is letting receivers get behind the secondary.
41 yards to the 23, 1st and 10, Har-Ber. Knocking on the door of the red zone. They give it to Pena on first down, and he's hitting the hole and taken back. The ball came out, and Fayetteville came away with it. The ball came out, and Fayetteville comes up with it. On the fumble recovery that time for the Purple Dogs was Karsten Johnson. Pena ran into about 3 Purple Dog defenders, and the next thing you knew, the ball came into Karsten Johnson's hand. He was running back the other way. Fayetteville has it at the 28-yard line, and a huge turnover that time for the Purple Dogs.
Wow, great job by Carson. He picked up about, 6 yards?
Wow.
After somehow the ball came loose, and what a break for Fayetteville.
So, huge break for Fayetteville. 1st and 10 Purple Dogs from their own 28. 2 receivers left side for Darius Bowers. Terry, the running back, to the right. They will give it to Terry. Running right, and not much there. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Billy Tillery on the tackle that time for the Wildcats. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Darius is perfect passing, though. 7 for 7 for 36 yards.
3 receivers left side. That's the open side of the field. 1 in the boundary for Bowers on the 2nd and 10. Throws left. He's got a man at the 35. Falls across the 37-yard line before he's taken down. That was Braddock. They'll actually mark him at the 36. So an 8-yard gain, and it's 3rd down and 2 for Fayetteville.
They're completing the passes, but we're not seeing the yards after catch that we normally see with Fayetteville.
3:51 to play first quarter. Fayetteville leads 7-0. Trying to convert a first down after the big turnover deep in its territory. Terry, the tailback. They've got a tight end on the right side. They'll give it. No, excuse me. This is Sherritt's, and he just hits a wall of Har-Ber defenders. He's going to be taken down about 2 yards in the backfield as a firework goes off above the stadium. That was a little strange. 2-yard loss, though, for the Purple Dogs, and now it's 4th down and 4.
Well, that Har-Ber defensive line is, like Coach Dawson said, is kind of their bread and butter on defense, and, boy, they showed it that time. They'll line up sometimes in a 3-4, other times in a 4-3.
Fayetteville does this thing now where they'll bring Flanagan in motion to punt the ball away. Rolls to his right, and again, there are no Har-Ber return men back deep, and it takes another – this time it takes a little bit of a Har-Ber bounce inside the 30, and it will be down by the Purple Dogs at the Har-Ber 28-yard line. Jacob Sheritz was down there to down the ball for Fayetteville, and so Har-Ber will take over at its 28 with 2:56 to play in the first quarter.
Well, that's a little disappointing offensive drive that time. Now you need the defense to step up again. Really would like to get another score and take the win out of these Wildcats.
A little surprising we haven't seen Fayetteville play better offensively so far. Pulaski Academy scored 50 against Har-Ber. Bentonville scored 44. Bentonville West scored 45. Springdale scored 43. Of course, that was before the injury to Grant Allen, their quarterback. That was an incredible game that Springdale won across town earlier this season. On first down, Witchen goes left side, throws toward Hunter Wood. It goes off his hands at the 34-yard line and incomplete.
In a break, it might have been a little overthrown, or that could have developed into a big play.
Yeah.
Har-Ber's kind of been more aggressive in offense than Fayetteville has tonight, which is a little surprising early on.
2nd and 10 for the Wildcats from their 28. 2:52 to play first quarter. Fayetteville leads 7-0. Witchen claps his hands, and now there's mass movement, mass formation change. They go into an open set backfield, throws across the middle. The pass is caught, and they get out to the 36-yard line. That was Hunter Wood on the reception. Wood with a catch of 8 yards out to the 36, and it's 3rd down and 2 now for the Wildcats.
That was just a good catch by Wood because Mosier was all over him, and somehow still he managed to pull the ball in and make the catch.
Hunter Wood, the son of head coach Chris Wood for Har-Ber. Remember him out here about 10 years ago running around.
Yeah.
Hard to believe he's playing high school football now. 3rd down and 2, tight formation. They will give it to Pena running up the middle, and I'm not sure he got it, Blair.
No.
It's going to depend on the spot, but it looks like he's down at the 37, a yard shy of the first down. And he is. Trendon Meadows on the tackle that time for Fayetteville met him in the hole, and it's 4th down, and Chris Wood's got a decision to make here. From his own 37-yard line, do you go for it and risk giving Fayetteville great field position?
Well, he's somewhat of a gambler. It wouldn't shock me if they go for it here.
Again, they'll keep their offense on the field because Witchen, their quarterback, is also their punter. But they're in the pistol formation. They've got Pena behind him. On 4th down, they're going to go for it. They give it to Pena, runs up the middle, and I think he's got the first down. He does, out to the 39-yard line. Pena went to the
40.
Yeah, they are going to give him the 40. So 3 yards. Pena went left side on 4th and 1. And that'll move the chains with 1:35 to play in the first quarter.
Well, with the way their defense has held the offense for Fayetteville in check, that's, that probably had a big factor in the decision as well.
So the gamble pays off for Har-Ber here early. A 4th down conversion gives the Wildcats a 1st and 10 at their 40-yard line. Pistol formation. Fayetteville shows blitz, and here they come. And Witchen gets away from it in the backfield. Now he takes off running across the 40, the 45, and he's run out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Karsten Johnson was the one who ran him out. They'll actually give him the 40, almost the 47, Blair, so it's going to go down as we'll give it a 7-yard gain to the 47, and it's 2nd down and 3. Fayetteville brought the blitz from Witchen's left, and he was able to get out of the hands of the blitzer. Looked like that might have been Tyler Barnes.
And we see that athleticism that he possesses. He can be elusive back there.
Pistol formation, 2nd and 3. They're going to go deep, and they've got a man deep in Fayetteville territory, and he overthrew Micah Seawood. That had touchdown written all over it, and Witchen underthrew Seawood. Seawood actually slowed down to come back toward the ball, and then it was overthrown because it looked like he misread the ball a little bit, and it went off his fingertips at the Fayetteville 17, and now it's 3rd down and 3.
That is a huge break for Fayetteville because he had 4 or 5 steps on the defender, and just poor pass saves the Bulldogs there.
Seawood, the speedy junior receiver, now 3rd down and 3. They go play action. Witchen running left side, and he's going to get the first down across midfield and a lot more. At the 45 of Fayetteville, the 40, and falls forward to the 36-yard line. Witchen gets 17 on 3rd down. And they found something right there, Blair. Witchen is running well against this Fayetteville defense. You see Max Pena, the running back, coming off the field for Har-Ber, limping quite a bit. You don't think that would be cramps at this time of the year.
No, and that was the run the whole way, which didn't even look for receivers downfield.
Like Barnes and Johnston had a chance at, or Johnson, I'm sorry, Barnes and Johnson had a chance at Witchen in the backfield, but neither could get a hand on him. On 1st and 10 from the 35, Witchen looking deep down the field for Hunter Wood in the end zone, and it's off his fingertips. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Good coverage that time by the Purple Dogs.
Well, with Pena going out and then Burns not playing tonight, that really limits the Har-Ber run game. So they're going to rely on Witchen to pass a lot and run.
That was Tavion Williamson in coverage for Fayetteville. Witchen keeps it himself on 2nd down, running right side, and he's going to be hit across the 30 to the 28-yard line. He just is so hard to bring down. Stiff-armed Quade Moser to the ground before Tyler Barnes came in and finished it off. 3rd down and 3 for Har-Ber. The Wildcats need to get to the Fayetteville 25.
And he's not sliding either. He's taking on defenders, and I would think at some point they probably tell him, hey, get down. Don't take any more hits than you need to. We need you out there.
Witchen, 5'11", 170 pounds, junior. This is a young Har-Ber offense. They've got young players across the field, and they don't have to take another snap before the end of the first quarter, and they won't. So through 12 minutes, Fayetteville leads Har-Ber 7-0, but the Wildcats have a golden opportunity as we begin the second quarter. After these messages, you're listening to Purple Dog Football.
Come to the Grease Pig for all your vehicle needs. Voted Best Oil and Lube in Northwest Arkansas, you can count on the Grease Pig for more than just the best oil changes. Get in and out and on your way fast at the Grease Pig, home of the 17-point oil change. Alignments, brakes, air conditioning, tires, transmission, tune-ups, and general repairs on all makes and models from our ASE-certified technicians. Plus, service with a smile. Go to GreasePigLube.com for special offers right now and then bring your vehicle to the Grease Pig. Voted Best of the Best on North College next to Herman's or on MLK in Fayetteville.
At the Odom Law Firm, our injury attorneys are proud to have been able to represent the people of Northwest Arkansas for over 30. At the Odom Law Firm, our injury attorneys are proud to have been able to represent the people of Northwest Arkansas for over 35 years. If you or a loved one are ever injured in an accident, we would welcome the opportunity to meet with you to see if we can help. Give us a call at 442-7575 or find us online at odomfirm.com. We have recently moved, so please feel free to stop by and visit us at our new location at 161 Van Ash. And most importantly, go Dogs.
Needs to get to the Purple Dog 25 to move the chains, and there toward the end of the first quarter, Blaine Witchen began to find something running the football for the Wildcats.
Indeed. Fayetteville with just 86 yards of offense, 5 first downs. Har-Ber has 4, and they have 96 yards of offense. So one of the few times after a first quarter we've seen Fayetteville behind in the statistical column, even though they're up 7-0 on the scoreboard.
On 3rd down and 3, Christian Molina comes in as the running back for Har-Ber. He's not a very big player, 5'8", 140 pounds. And he's in the pistol formation on 3rd down and 3. 3 receivers to the right side of Witchen in the boundary, and 1 is wide to the left side. They'll give it to Molina, and he gets nothing. He might have gotten a yard. Looks like they're going to say he's down at the line of scrimmage. Great job that time by Fayetteville. Looked like Quade Moser might have been the first one through there. And again, Molina, he's not a power back by any stretch of the imagination. Only 140 pounds, and they'll bring him off the field for 4th down. Looks like Har-Ber's going to go for it. They've already converted 1 4th down on this drive. We'll see if they can do it again. From the Fayetteville 28, 3 receivers left side, 2 to the right in the boundary. Open backfield for Witchen, the quarterback. Needs to get to the Fayetteville 25. They'll bring a man in motion. Now here's the snap. It's a low snap. Witchen being pressured, and he's going to be taken down. No, it gets away. Gets away back at the 32, keeps running, and did he get the first down? Yes, he did at the 25-yard line. Oh, my gosh. Fayetteville brought the blitz, had Witchen dead to rights in the backfield, and I think it was Trendon Meadows couldn't bring him to the ground, and Witchen's able to get the 3 yards and a first down.
Looked like that was one of the keys, was wrapping up tackles, and that was a costly one there. Yeah, Witchin is very elusive back there. He's gotten better as the year's gone on.
1st and 10 Har-Ber from the Fayetteville 25. They got into this area earlier in the game and fumbled the ball away. Witchin takes the snap, goes play action, looking left side, throws, pass, caught across the 10, the 5, touchdown Har-Ber. On the catch that time for the Wildcats was Lucas Sawyer, 25 yards, and the Wildcats are an extra point away from tying this game. Sawyer just went across the middle. Blair caught it inside the 10, and that was about as easy as it can get.
It wasn't anything fancy, just kind of what we've seen Connor Flanagan do all year long.
So John Delamont is on to attempt the extra point for Har-Ber. Noah Livingston, their third-string quarterback, is the holder. Ball's down, the kick is on the way, and it is good. And so with 11:06 to play in the second quarter, we have a tie ball game. Our score, Fayetteville 7, Har-Ber 7. You're listening to Purple Dog Football.
Electricity is a lot of things to a lot of people. And although it's only been 75 years since electric cooperatives electrified rural America, it's hard to imagine a time without it. It's there with us each and every day. For us at Ozarks Electric Cooperative, providing reliable, affordable electricity is a chance to connect with our members, to be there when the lights turn on, to innovate, and to continue finding ways to improve our members' quality of life. Electricity is whatever our members need it to be, powering their lives every single day.
Is Witchin to Lucas Sawyer, his senior wide receiver. Sawyer came into this game, Blair, with only 10 catches for 115 yards, and that was his first touchdown of the season.
Yeah, it's wasn't anything fancy. This game has really got a weird feel to it so far, man. I mean, it's just, I don't know. There's just no real flow for Fayetteville offensively or defensively right now.
Delamont with a sky kick that's going to be fielded by Brooks Flanagan, who's one of the upbacks now after he was one of the primary return men earlier in this season. He gets it at the 32-yard line, and that's where Fayetteville will start with a 1st down and 10. We talked about Delamont isn't able to really get the ball into the end zone. It gave Bo Stuckey a nice chance for a return early on the opening kickoff. He got 29 yards. That time they didn't want to give the Purple Dogs anything to work with. On 1st down, Darius Bowers empties the backfield, takes the snap, looking left, throws, pass, caught across the 50. At the 45, it's Flanagan at the 40 of Har-Ber. He's at the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, 5, touchdown Fayetteville. What an answer by the Purple Dogs. 68 yards on 1st down from Bowers to Flanagan, and the Purple Dogs go back up 13-7.
That's the Fayetteville offense we know and have seen all year, and wow, what a great way to answer the Har-Ber scoring drive with one of your own, one play, 68 yards.
And I don't think anybody touched him, Blair.
No. Nobody touched him.
Flanagan, the leading receiver in the state of Arkansas, he came in to the game tonight with 1,312 yards. And he must have gone over 1,400 with that one. Richardson on for the extra point. Har-Ber jumps across, but there's no flag. I'm kind of surprised by that. The kick is good, though. It bounces off of the field house on the south side of the field. And so 10:56 to play, second quarter. What an answer by Fayetteville. The Purple Dogs lead Har-Ber 14-7. This is Purple Dog football.
Electricity is a lot of things to a lot of people. And although it's only been 75 years since electric cooperatives electrified rural America, it's hard to imagine a time without it. It's there with us each and every day. For us at Ozarks Electric Cooperative, providing reliable, affordable electricity is a chance to connect with our members, to be there when the lights turn on, to innovate, and to continue finding ways to improve our members' quality of life. Electricity is whatever our members need it to be, powering their lives every single day.
10:56 to play, second quarter. Fayetteville leads Har-Ber 14-7 after a 68-yard touchdown pass from Darius Bowers to Connor Flanagan. And we talked about Blair. Flanagan came in with 1,312 yards, and he's already had a huge night for the Purple Dogs.
And he now has the single-season yardage receiving record, passing Chris Malinga. He needed 21 to do it tonight, and Lo and behold, he does it on a touchdown. How fitting.
Huxley Richardson on to kick the ball away for the Purple Dogs. Har-Ber has 3 men deep. The deepest return man for the Wildcats is Seawood. This one will be taken by Bowers, running back across the 15, and he'll get out to the 19-yard line. Excuse me, Cole Bowen on the return. Bowen to the 19-yard line, and that's where the Har-Ber Wildcats will start first down and 10. Har-Ber has 3 return men back deep on its kickoffs, and we've actually seen them do what they call their starburst formation, where it actually kind of looks like a diamond, and they will do some reverses or some fake reverses, and those are things we saw in Gus Malzahn's offense.
Gus Malzahn was notorious for doing that, and it would drive opposing coaches crazy. It would drive fans crazy. You never know. You never knew where the ball was.
Yeah. First down and 10 for the Wildcats. They scored on their last possession. Blake Witchen takes the snap on first down, being pressured, rolls right, throws, pass, is caught across the 30, and that's Hunter Wood out to the 36-yard line. 17 yards on first down for the Wildcats, and that's a good play on first down.
He had room to run if he wanted to, but he was – I don't know if they've changed their philosophy or what, but he had room to run, decided to pass instead.
3 receivers to the left side, 2 on the right, and the boundary for Witchen on first down. Takes the snap. It's a run all the way. He's going to be hitting the backfield, but he gets away again, Blair. Gets across the 38, and he'll be taken down at the 39-yard line. 3 more yards for Witchen, and Fayetteville, try as they might, they get their hands on him, and they just can't pull him down in the backfield. We've seen it 3 or 4 times.
Well, maybe they're being selective with the way they're going to allow him to run. But, yeah, he's not an easy guy to bring down at all, and he's got great lateral movement, and that's given Fayetteville fits.
Not afraid of contact either. He was actually knocked out for 2 games earlier this season with a concussion. On second down, the give is right side, and there's not a lot there, maybe a yard. Looked like Molina was the running back that time for the Wildcats, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. Har-Ber has to get out to its 46-yard line to move the chains.
Big defensive play here for the Bulldogs.
2 receivers to the left side for Witchen on 3rd down. They have 1 to the right in the boundary, a tight end lined up to his left, and Molina's the tailback. They go play action. Fayetteville brings the house. He throws left side, and he's got his man in Fayetteville territory. They've got the first down out to the 43-yard line. Hunter Wood, once again, the coach's son having a big night for Har-Ber. They'll mark him down actually at the 42-yard line. And so that play went for 18 yards on 3rd down and 6. And Witchen has looked really good for Har-Ber on 3rd down.
He has, and that was a break for Fayetteville. That pass was a little high. Wood had to go up and get it and kind of fell down. Otherwise, he might have been running for a while.
Yeah, a lot of Witchen's passes have been high so far. Molina, the tailback, behind Witchen in the pistol formation on first down. Wood is to his left in the boundary. They go play action. Witchen looking right side now, going deep down the field, and this pass is intercepted by Fayetteville. His momentum took him back into the end zone. Wait to see who that was. I think it was Marquez Douglas on the interception for the Purple Dogs. His momentum took him into the end zone, Blair, but they're going to mark him down at the 2-yard line, and that's where Fayetteville will start 1st and 10. But if you're the Purple Dogs, you'll take it. Another big turnover. That's 2 tonight for Har-Ber in Fayetteville territory.
Yeah, that was a break there because he had a couple other receivers open short. Douglas had great coverage the whole way. There was really not an opening. He tried to force it in there, and Douglas made the interception.
So 1st and 10 for the Purple Dogs. We've seen them go 98 yards this year.
Yeah, and they've got the band right behind them making noise. So nothing they haven't seen before.
2 receivers to the right side of Bowers. The running back is Sherritt's, also to his right. Looking left on first down, Charbonneau has it and then just falls down after a 5-yard pickup. There's a flag on the play, and we'll have to wait and see what that is.
I think he lost his footing. This turf's a little slick.
It's a 5-yard gain as it stands right now, but Har-Ber players clapping and saying the penalty is against the Purple Dogs. The flag is at the 7-yard line, and it's another ineligible receiver downfield against Fayetteville.
That's twice.
It's twice tonight.
Very unusual.
Mm-hmm. And both times they've been big plays that they've nullified for Fayetteville. One was a touchdown, and that time it got Fayetteville out of its own goal line, and so it'll be a half a distance penalty, and it moves Fayetteville back to the 1. First down and 11 for the Purple Dogs. They have to get to their 12 to move the chains. Dangerous spot right here for Fayetteville.
You've got to be very careful with the football right now.
They come out with 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left in the boundary. Sherritt's the tailback. Van Hook in at tight end. Bowers looks left side again. Pass caught. That's Link Lindsey, and they will mark him. No, they're going to say it's incomplete. They said Lindsey came down out of bounds, and so it's going to be 2nd down and 11.
That's the first incompletion for Darius tonight.
Fayetteville moving from our left to right. That's from the north side to the south side of the stadium. They've got the Har-Ber band right behind them. Har-Ber players imploring their fans to get on their feet. The student section down there on that side of the field too. 2nd down and 11 for Fayetteville. 8:46 to go, second quarter. Bowers takes the snap. He's going to look deep down the field for Flanagan, and he just overthrew him. It looks like there was a little bit of miscommunication that time between Bowers and Flanagan, because Bowers overthrew him by about 10 or 15 yards, and now it's 3rd down and long.
Yeah, that's unusual. Those two don't miss by that much. And I think he was expecting Connor to maybe go another 5-6 yards down and then make his cut. So now you've got a big 3rd and 11 here, deep in your own end.
Fayetteville leads 14-7, but a big play in this game here. Because if Fayetteville can't convert, Har-Ber's going to get the ball back in outstanding field position. 2 receivers right side, 1 to the left in the boundary. Bowers takes the snap on 3rd and 11. Good protection, throwing deep down the field, looking for Stuckey, and he overthrows him at the 35. And Blair, had he hit Stuckey, that might have gone for 99 and a score, because it was just Stuckey and one-on-one coverage.
Easily, yeah. Stuckey had his man beat. The pass was just a little bit to his right, and he just couldn't quite reach it.
So Fayetteville's not going to mess around here. They're going to bring on their punter, Huxley Richardson. Huxley has got his heels right inside of the back line in the end zone.
Time to boom one.
It's a good snap, and Huxley just gets it away in front of a Har-Ber rush, and it's not a good kick. It goes out of bounds in front of the Fayetteville sideline. We'll see where they mark it, but it's going to be inside the 30. And they're going to mark him at the 24-yard line, so that'll go down as just a 23-yard net punt. And Har-Ber with outstanding field position with 8:31 to play before halftime. The Wildcats take over at the Fayetteville 24.
You just have not found an answer for this Wildcat offense. It's been self-inflicted wounds by them that they've hampered them. Boy, this could swing the momentum big time right here and tie this up at 14 unless we get a stop.
Fayetteville leads 14-7, but great field position for the Wildcats. Har-Ber has turned it over twice inside Fayetteville territory tonight. Purple Dogs would love to see it happen 3 times. On first down, Witchen goes play action, looking left, throws, and that pass is caught. Yes,
Yep.
They say it was caught by Hunter Wood at the 2-yard line. Wood had one-on-one coverage against the Fayetteville cornerback Carrington Taylor. He's able to bring it in for a 22-yard gain, and now it's 1st and goal for the Wildcats from the Fayetteville 2.
Well, Taylor's doing his best, but Wood is an outstanding receiver, as you would expect a coach's son, and he runs great routes. And, again, that pass was high. Otherwise, he might have been able to take it and run with it, but he just had to grab it and get out of bounds.
Pistol formation, Witchen on first down, gives it to Molina, touchdown, Har-Ber. Molina goes in from 2 yards out, and the Wildcats are an extra point away from tying this game up once again. So Har-Ber takes advantage of the great field position. Ironically, the field position was set up, Blair, because of a turnover. It's interesting how the field position game goes.
Indeed, and this is just, I don't know, the Bulldogs just don't really seem to be in sync right now.
Noah Livingston will hold the extra point for John Delamont. It's a good snap. The ball is down. The kick is good. And so, with 8:22 to play in the second quarter, our new score, Fayetteville 14, Har-Ber 14. This is Purple Dog football. .22 to play in the second quarter. Fayetteville and Har-Ber tied 14-14 after the Wildcats scoring a two-play, 24-yard drive that was set up by a shanked punt by Huxley Richardson. On to kick the ball away for the Wildcats is John Delamotte. Back deep for Fayetteville, Link Lindsay and Bo Stuckey. We saw Har-Ber the last time not really give Fayetteville a chance to return it, and they don't want to give them a chance to return this one either. Brooks Flanagan gets under a sky kick at the 27, takes a fair catch, and that's where Fayetteville will start 1st and 10 with 8:22 to go before halftime.
Well, that's always kind of the danger of those interceptions around the goal line. You put your offense in a really tough spot, and unfortunately Fayetteville was not able to take advantage. And that was one of the few times in a long time that Fayetteville's actually had a negative play or negative yardage drive. They actually lost a yard on that drive, and then credit Har-Ber, they cashed in.
Again on the line tonight is the number 3 seed in the state playoffs. Bowers sends a man in motion on 1st down, throws. Stuckey setting up a screen at the 30, falls forward to the 33-yard line. Pretty good gain there. 5 yards on 1st down, brings up 2nd down and 5.
A very good gain considering it was to the short side of the field, and that's where all the Wildcats were kind of stacked up. Not a lot of room to work with, but Bo made it work for a 5-yard gain.
From the 33, 2nd and 5, 2 receivers left side to the open side of the field, 2 in the boundary to the right for Bowers. He will give it to Sherritts running up the middle, and Jacob Sherritts, not much there. He gets out to the 34, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 now for Fayetteville. The Purple Dogs need to get to their 38 to move the chains.
Well, they're keeping the passing game in check, and they're forcing the Bulldogs to run the football. That's not something they've done better of late, but that's not their bread and butter.
3rd down and 4. Fayetteville's got its tight package in here. Sherritt's the tailback to the left side of Bowers. Van Hook also in on the left side, the tight end. Bowers looking left. Now he's going to run with it across the 35. He's got the 1st down out to the 39-yard line. On 3rd and 4, Bowers gets 5. And Blair, that looked like a designed run all the way to me. Bowers looked to the right, kind of gave a little bit of a pump fake, and then he ran to the left side where he had some blockers and a lot of green turf.
It's kind of like saying to Witch, okay, I see what you can do. I can do it too, buddy. And that can be an effective weapon for Fayetteville too.
So 1st and 10 from the Fayetteville 39. Bowers takes the snap, throws right. Flanagan at the 40, Flanagan at the 45, breaks a couple of tackles, and he falls forward to the 47-yard line. He gets 7 yards on 1st down, 2nd down and 3. Connor Flanagan continues to have a big night for Fayetteville.
Indeed he does. He wanted to go outside, but there wasn't anything there, and somehow found a hole in the middle and picked up 4 inside. That's why a lot of people are looking at him, too, to play at the next level.
On 2nd down, they'll give it to Terry, running right side across midfield, breaks some tackles into Har-Ber territory. He's got the 1st down, and they will mark him down at the 47-yard line. So on 2nd down and 3, Terry picks up 6, and another 1st down. The Purple Dogs moving it here. 6:16 to go, 2nd quarter. Fayetteville and Har-Ber tied 14-14.
And that was an unusual run for Montel because he didn't hesitate at all. He took the handoff and went straight into the hole. He normally hesitates a little bit like Le'Veon Bell, but that time just took it with a head of steam and went.
On 1st down, they flick it to Stuckey, running left side. Now cuts back to his right, trying to get some blockers out in front of him, and he's not going to be able to. I'm going to tell you what, Har-Ber's lucky they're not going to be taking their flag for a horse collar there. They took Stuckey down hard in the backfield, and it looked like he got the horse collar, but they didn't flag him for it. And so now it's 2nd down and long for the Purple Dogs.
See if they try to dial something up across the middle here.
On second down, Bowers takes the snap, looking left, being pressured. Now across midfield, the 45, the 40 of Har-Ber at the 35, falls forward. He's got the first down at the 33-yard line. A pickup of 18 yards on the scramble for Bowers. Moto on the tackle that time for the Wildcats. Moto's their leading tackler in the secondary this year.
Great run by Darius, but I always get a little nervous when he takes a hit. He had an opportunity to get down, but he didn't.
From the 34 is where they'll mark him officially, so it'll be a 17-yard run. Bowers in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking right, throws, pass caught, Stuckey across the 30, falls forward to the 27-yard line. 7 yards, and Fayetteville continues to get pretty good gains on first down on this drive.
Just not a lot of yards after catch.
Yeah, 2nd and 3 upcoming from the 27. Clock running, 4:52 to play second quarter. Fayetteville and Har-Ber tied 14-14. Ball's in the middle of the field. Two receivers to the left side, one to the right. Bowers takes the snap. The give is to Sherritts across the 20. Sherritts at the 15, the 10, and he's going to be brought down at the 7-yard line. 20-yard gain that time for Jacob Sherritts, and saving a touchdown for the Wildcats was Ty Kofer. Able to take him down at the 7, but it's 1st and goal now, Fayetteville, with a great opportunity to regain the lead.
Muller, Bandy, and Kamundi did a great job on the right side. They pulled and created a huge hole for Jarrett to run through.
Matt Mueller, the center, committed to wrestle at UALR today. Talking more about that in a moment. On first down, they're going to give it to Terry, running left side. Terry at the 5, cuts up field, and he falls forward to the 2-yard line. 5-yard gain will bring up 2nd and goal from the 2.
Well, the offensive line is really starting to exert some dominance right now. They are opening up some great holes for the running backs to go through.
Matt Mueller finished top 16 in his weight division at a national wrestling competition in North Dakota this summer.
And Nika West has done a great job with the Fayetteville wrestling program.
On 2nd and 2, they give it to Stuckey, and he's going in for a touchdown. That's going to go down as a pass. Fayetteville motioned a lot of players, completely changed the formation, and Stuckey came in as a running back. Bowers flipped it forward to him, so it'll go down as a pass, and there wasn't a Har-Ber defender within 5 yards of him as he walked into the end zone on the left side, and the Purple Dogs go back ahead 20-14 on the 2-yard touchdown by Bo Stuckey.
I don't know what they've done, but the Fayetteville offense is coming back to life.
Huxley Richardson on to attempt the extra point. Flanagan will snap, Johnson will hold. It's a good snap, good hold, and a good kick. Goes off the field house on the north end of the stadium. South end of the stadium, I'm sorry. 3:45 to play second quarter. Our new score, Fayetteville 21, Har-Ber 14. You're listening to Purple Dog Football.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks, bring on summer.
3:45 to play second quarter. Fayetteville leads Har-Ber 21-14 after a 2-yard touchdown pass from Darius Bowers to Bo Stuckey. That will go down as Stuckey's 11th receiving touchdown this season. Huxley Richardson on to kick the ball away, back deep for the Wildcats. Micah Seawood, Hunter Wood, Cole Bowen back deep. And it's a line drive kick by Huxley. It's going to be returned by Bowen. They will give it to Wood now, and he comes across the 20-yard line, and he's going to be taken down at the 23-yard line. That was that starburst formation that we talked about, Blair. And that was not Wood. That was Ty Kofer on the return that time. They set up in kind of a diamond formation, and you don't know where the ball's going to go.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to defend, and the Wildcats used it and got pretty good possession. What a nice drive by the Bulldogs. 11 plays, 73 yards. The offense seems to be starting to click again.
3:38 to go second quarter. Fayetteville leads by a touchdown. Witchen comes out in an empty backfield. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to the left in the boundary. Fayetteville with only 3 down linemen. It's a low snap. Witchen throws to the right side and taken down immediately by Jay Beasley. On the catch that time for Har-Ber. Who was that? That was...
Who's that, 83?
We don't have an 83 on our roster.
No, we don't.
We'll find out who that was. It was a gain, though. Blair of 7 brings up 2nd down and 3 for the Wildcats. That was Walker ML on 2nd down. Witchen takes it, runs right side. He's got the 1st down, and he's going to be knocked out at the 38 of Har-Ber. 8 yards on the carry and another 1st down for the Wildcats. The clock will stop because he stepped out of bounds with 2:56 to play before halftime.
Man, he is making it look way too easy when he runs the ball.
Walker ML came into this game with only 48 receiving yards. He's a sophomore, 5'10", 155 pounds.
All hands on deck. They got a playoff spot to try to sew up tonight.
1st and 10 from Har-Ber from its own 38. Wishing going to keep it up the middle across the 40, and he's going to be taken down, but not before he gets to the 46-yard line. He took Darby Fields for a ride that time for about 5 yards. He gets 8 out to the 46, and it's 2nd down and 2.
Man, he is something else. He doesn't look like he would be that hard to bring down or that elusive, but he is.
Witchen only had 90 rushing yards on 51 attempts coming into this game.
Hard to believe the way he's running the ball tonight.
He might double that against this Fayetteville defense with the way he's been running. In the pistol formation on 2nd and 2, the give is to Molina, and he's going to be hitting the hole and taken down a yard behind the line of scrimmage. I see Marcus Tortorella getting out of the pile up there. Also looked like Keandre Conley might have been in the tackle for the Purple Dogs. That's a loss of a yard back to the 45. And so it's 3rd down and 3, and Har-Ber with Molina just not able to get a lot of a push. With Max Pena and Jay Burns out, it's really changed the way this Har-Ber offense operates. 3rd and 3, 2 receivers to the right in the boundary. They will go play action. Witchen keeps it himself. He's got a 1st down and a lot more. At the Fayetteville 45, falls forward to the Fayetteville 40-yard line. Witchen goes for 15 on 3rd and 3, and the clock will stop with 1:31 to go before halftime while they move the chains. Witchen just continues to eat up this Fayetteville defense.
And he's eating up clock, too, and that's the thing. It's keeping the Fayetteville offense off the field because the Wildcats are able to burn a ton of time off the clock with this ground game powered by the quarterback.
Witchen, 2 receivers right side in the pistol formation on 1st down. Fayetteville bringing the pressure, and they're finally going to get to him. They finally got him back at the 46-yard line, coming around on the blitz that time. For the Purple Dogs was Coleman Johnson. There's a flag deep down the field. There's a flag at the 29-yard line. Is that going to be against the Fayetteville secondary? It is.
Oh, man.
It's a hold against the Fayetteville secondary, and that's going to nullify a big sack by Coleman Johnson. It would have been his 8th sack of the season. He leads the state with those 7 sacks this year. We didn't get a number on who the hold was on. The referee tonight does not have a microphone. But it was a hold in the Fayetteville secondary, and so that will move the ball 10 yards forward to the Fayetteville 30. Clock runs, 1:03 to go before halftime. Witchen, empty backfield, 3 receivers right side, 2 to the left. It's a low snap, being pressured up the middle, now rolls right. Witchen trying to get rid of it. Now he's just going to run out of bounds in front of the Fayetteville sideline. He lost 4 yards that time. They'll mark him down. Now they'll say he lost 3 to the 33. Keandre Conley was the one who ran him out of bounds. The clock will stop on the run out of bounds with 52 seconds to go before halftime. Har-Ber still has all 3 timeouts.
And that was a 16-yard swing from the sack to where the penalty yardage was. That was big.
Har-Ber makes some personnel changes here, takes couple of their bigger players out, and now they're going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them. 52 seconds to play before halftime. Fayetteville leads 21-14. This is Purple Dog football.
Come to the Grease Pig for all your vehicle needs. Voted best oil and lube in Northwest Arkansas, you can count on the Grease Pig for more than just the best oil changes. Get in and out and on your way fast at the Grease Pig, home of the 17-point oil change. Alignments, brakes, air conditioning, tires, transmission, tune-ups, and general repairs on all makes and models from our ASE certified technicians. Plus, service with a smile. Go to greasepiglube.com for special offers right now and then bring your vehicle to the Grease Pig. Voted best of the best on North College next to Herman's or on MLK in Fayetteville.
52 seconds to play before halftime. Fayetteville leads Har-Ber 21-14, but the Wildcats have an opportunity here at the Fayetteville 33. A second down and 13 upcoming for Har-Ber.
They still have 2 timeouts left too, Matt. So, I mean, they've got plenty of time, but they do like to run the ball, and that has eaten a lot of time on the clock. But, man, it's imperative for Fayetteville to get a stop here.
Har-Ber comes out in a tight formation. They've got, it's the pistol. Got a tight end on their left, 2 receivers to the right. Witchen gets the blitz from Fayetteville, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. Quade Mosier got to him back at the 41-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 8 yards. And now Har-Ber has to take another timeout with 41 seconds to play. Let's keep it right here as the Wildcats take their second timeout of the half. And they're going to be facing a third down and long, Blair. A third down and
13.
Yeah. That'll be longer than that.
No,
It'll be
21.
Third down and 20, yeah.
Yeah, 21.
They need to get to the 20-yard line to move the chains. We've seen him convert a couple of big passes, but we've also seen Witchen be a little inconsistent with some overthrows tonight, which that was the book on him coming into the game.
Yeah, and they had him wrapped up that time, but we've seen it several times tonight where it appears the defense has him wrapped up, and yet he escapes. That time, Mosier did not let him escape, and that was huge.
Some scores of note from around the state. North Side and South Side are tied 7-7 in the second quarter. Bryant leads Conway 12-3 in the second quarter. And at halftime, North Little Rock leads Cabot 14-7.
Ooh, that's a little closer than I would have imagined.
All of those games affect Fayetteville from a playoff standpoint. But none affects the Purple Dogs more than this one here. They lead 21-14 with 41 seconds to play before halftime. Witchen takes the snap on 3rd and long. Being pressured, throws down the field, and he overthrows his man at the 30-yard line.
And he got drilled.
Yes, he did. He was looking for Micah Seawood, about 10 yards shy of the sticks, and Fayetteville had a lot of defenders back deep that time. They didn't want anything to get over their heads. Their safeties were playing about 25 yards down the field. 4th down and 20, 36 seconds to play. And now, Blair, if you're Har-Ber, what do you do here? Chris Wood takes a timeout to talk about it.
And your last timeout, which that's a little unusual to take it after an incomplete pass, which already stopped the clock.
Well, think about this, though. If you're Har-Ber, you're at your 40-yard line. There are 36 seconds to play in the quarter. Fayetteville's got 2 timeouts. If you go for it here on 4th down and you throw an incompletion, you give Fayetteville a short field and you give an explosive offense 36 seconds and 2 timeouts, the Purple Dogs could potentially do something with that and go up by more than just 7 points at halftime. You would think you would punt the ball away here and play conservatively, but of course Har-Ber, they need to win this game tonight.
Couple other scores. Bentonville leads West 14-7, and Rogers leads Heritage 14-7 as well.
We'll work on getting a Springdale Van Buren score for you here in just a minute.
Well, this is a long time out.
It is. This might be the longest time out of the year.
Without question. We've had a couple that were pretty long, but this one taking the cake right now.
So Har-Ber will come out with its offense. Again, Witchen is their punter, and I don't know that they've punted the ball outside of this little pooch punt all season long. So what are they going to do here? 4th down and 20. Witchen in the pistol formation. They bring Seawood in motion from the right to the left. Witchen takes the snap. They're going to go for it. Looking down the field, he's being pressured by the Fayetteville defenders. He fumbled the ball.
Ball's loose.
I think Har-Ber got back on it, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they're going to be well shy of the first down. In fact, they lost a few yards back to the 43-yard line, and that's where Fayetteville will take over with 28 seconds to play before halftime.
Mosier and Conley were in on that. Now, you're Fayetteville. You've got 2 timeouts. You've got 28 seconds. And you're definitely in striking distance, as we well know, with this offense.
Absolutely. 2 timeouts, 28 seconds. Fayetteville, 57 yards from the end zone, but not far from Huxley Richardson's range. On first down, Bowers, plenty of time, looking deep down the field for Bo Stuckey, and it's overthrown at the 20-yard line. Oh, I bet he wishes he had that throwback because Stuckey had one-on-one coverage after he got back behind the safety. And that play took 6 seconds off the clock. The clock will stop with 22 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, they went for the big play there. Now you probably want to try to pick up maybe 20. Take the time. You can still work the middle. You've got the 2 timeouts. But you don't have to get it all in one play here.
3 receivers right side for Bowers on second down and 10 from the Fayetteville 43. Bowers throws, pass caught, Flanagan at the 40 of Har-Ber at the 35, and he's going to get out of bounds at the, no, they're going to say he was taken down inbounds at the 33-yard line, so that's going to be a gain of 24 on the play. Clock will stop while they move the chains. 13 seconds to go before halftime. Fayetteville hustles down the field, and now Billy Dawson is going to take a timeout. Let's take one with him. 13 seconds to play before halftime. Fayetteville leads Har-Ber 21-14. This is Purple Dog football.
At the Odom Law Firm, our injury attorneys are proud to have been able to represent the people of Northwest Arkansas for over 35 years. If you or a loved one are ever injured in an accident, we would welcome the opportunity to meet with you to see if we can help. Give us a call at 442-7575 or find us online at odomfirm.com. We have recently moved, so please feel free to stop by and visit us at our new location at 161 Van Ash. And most importantly, go Dogs!
Back at Wildcat Stadium in Springdale, where Fayetteville leads Har-Ber 21-14, 13 seconds to play before halftime. The Purple Dogs are looking at a first down and 10 from the Har-Ber 33. Fayetteville's got 1 timeout left after a 24-yard pass play from Darius Bowers to Connor Flanagan, and Blair that decision to go for it on 4th down. Head-scratching one at the time for a team that's been kind of conservative through the years. And it's given Fayetteville a chance here.
Well, they rolled the dice, and it didn't work.
From the 33, Bowers, pump fakes, throws left side to Charbonneau, and he's out of bounds at the 28-yard line. 5 seconds came off the clock that time. Clock stops on the play out of bounds with 8 seconds to play before halftime. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal for Huxley Richardson. That's within his range, although you'd want to get a few more yards to make it a more manageable field goal for Huxley.
But that did get him in field goal range, which was that was what that was designed to do.
Empty backfield, Bowers with 3 receivers to his right, looking, taking a lot of time, throwing left down the field, and this pass is incomplete. He was looking for Braddock at about the 5-yard line. The clock will stop with 2 seconds left, and you got to believe that the Purple Dogs will bring on their field goal team, and here they come. Huxley Richardson trying to kick a 45-yard field goal that would give the Purple Dogs a 10-point lead going into the locker room. This is within his range, Blair. We've seen him make some in this vicinity this year. Jordan is the holder. Brooks Flanagan is the deep snapper. That's a different look than Fayetteville's shown on some of its field goals this year. 45-yard attempt. It's a good snap. The ball is on the way, and it is no good.
Oh, man. Just maybe, what, 2 yards short?
Fell short and maybe a little right. And so Har-Ber dodges a bullet before halftime, but if you're Fayetteville, you got to feel good about where you are. You lead 21-14 on the road over the Har-Ber Wildcats, and in a half where you probably didn't play your best football.
No, this was not the best half of football, and it's a little surprising that Fayetteville didn't have more success, but it is what it is. And you still have a 7-point lead as you go to the locker room at halftime. So, and a chance to build on it. So it's a start, but it's one that the Bulldogs definitely can improve on.
All right, we get ready for halftime. Fayetteville again leads Har-Ber 21-14. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about some developing news out of Springdale for Har-Ber that affects the playoff race. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Purple Dog Football.
Electricity is a lot of things to a lot of people, and although it's only been 75 years since
Ladies and gents, this is the moment we waited for. Been searching in the dark, sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, but all that is real is left behind.
Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see it getting closer? Just surrender cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's budding open. There's a preacher in the pulpit and your blind devotion. Breaking at the brink of every wall, there's only all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go? Where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible come true, it's taking over you. Oh, this is the greatest show. We light it up, it won't come down. And the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. Oh, this is the greatest show. Oh,
Colossal become these renegades in the rain.
oh,
Where the lost gets found in the crown of the circus cage.
don't fight it, it's coming for you, fighting it. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Running out, shining everything that you know. Just surrender cause you're coming and you wanna go. Where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible come true, intoxicating you. Oh, this is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down. And the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. Oh, this is the greatest show.
Hey,
It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. You can see it right in front of you.
this is where you
where you
wanna
wanna
be.
be.
Hey,
It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. You can see it right in front of you. This is where you wanna be.
this is where you wanna be.
It's covered in all the colored lights. And the runaways are running the night. Nothing will come true. It's taking over you. Oh, this is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down. And the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. Oh, this is the greatest show. Hey, hey, this is the greatest show. Hey, oh, hey, this is the greatest show. Hey, oh, hey, this is the greatest show. Hey, oh, hey, this is the greatest show.
Everything you want is right in
This
front
is
of
the
you.
greatest show. Oh, this is the greatest show. Oh, this is the greatest. This is the greatest. This is the greatest show.
Whoa, that energy is great. Let's give it up.
When the runaways are running the night, impossible come true. It's taking over you. Oh, this is the greatest show. We light it up, it won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. Oh, this is the greatest show.
Colossal become these renegades in the rain. Where the lost gets found in the crown of the circus cage.
Don't fight it, it's coming for you, riding at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Running out, shining everything that you know. Just surrender cause you're coming and you wanna go. Where it's covered in all the colored lights. Where the runaways are running the night. Impossible come true. Intoxicating you. Oh, this is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. Oh, this is the greatest show.
Hey, hey,
it's everything you ever want.
hey,
It's everything you ever need.
hey,
You can see it right in front of you.
this is where you wanna be. Hey, hey,
It's everything you ever want.
hey,
It's everything you ever need.
opening coin toss and deferred to the second half.
West is driving on Bentonville, and I'm trying to pull up the streams of the other games to get an update on the score. South Side and North Side still 7-7, but North Side is driving on South Side, and now the video stalls. North Little Rock is up on Cabot 20-7. It looks like the Charging Wildcats are about to score again.
One more score from the 7A to report, Blair. Last night, Little Rock Catholic defeated Little Rock Central 48-14, and so that ended Central's conference season winless, 0-7 Catholic. That was their second conference win of the year. Huxley Richardson, but neither of those teams will make the playoffs. Huxley Richardson is on to kick the ball away for Fayetteville. The Purple Dogs will move from our right to left. They're going to be defending the south end zone. That's where that big field house is here for Har-Ber. Micah Seawood is back deep for Har-Ber, but they've done a lot of razzle-dazzle stuff on their kickoff returns. It's going to be Hunter Wood takes it, gets across the 15, and gets out to the 20-yard line before he's taken down after a return of 18, and Har-Ber will start 1st and 10 from its own 20 with 11:56 to play in the third quarter.
Need a stop here, get the ball back, get another score, and let's get this lead up to 14. Just make it a little more comfortable, not let Har-Ber hang around.
This is the third time Fayetteville has played a game at Wildcat Stadium. This facility opened in 2014. Fayetteville has won both of its games here, one there in 2014, one here 28-0 2 years ago. And although this stadium has only been around for 4 years, this is its 5th season. More after this first down play. Witchen in the pistol formation. Gives a hard count. Now looks toward the sideline. Might be changing the play up a little bit. 2 receivers to the left in the boundary. On 1st and 10 from the Har-Ber 20. Witchen takes the snap. It's a low snap. Looking left. Being pressured. Rolls left. Going to run it. Across the 25. And he slides and gets down to the 28-yard line. A pickup of 8 on 1st down brings up 2nd down and 2.
Somebody obviously told him at halftime, you got to get down and not take any shots.
So the stadium has only been here for 4 years, Blair, but the field has been here for 10 years. Har-Ber practiced back behind its high school for 6 years without a stadium.
And it seems like it feels like it's been here forever.
Yeah. 2nd down and 2. Witchen in the pistol formation. 2 receivers left side. From the Har-Ber 28. Takes the snap. Looking right. Throws. Pass is caught by Wood. He's got a 1st down. He ran backward, then cuts up field and gets to the 33. So it'll be a 5-yard gain for Wood. And a 1st down for the Wildcats at their 33. Clock stops with 11:06 to go third quarter.
Well, they're not giving up the big play, but Har-Ber, man, just kind of nickels and dimes you to death.
2 receivers to the right of Witchen on 1st down from the Har-Ber 33. 3 to his left. Open backfield. Some confusion among the Fayetteville defense. They're going to get in place, though, as Witchen takes his time to take the snap, looks toward the sideline, maybe changes the play. He's going to run right on 1st down, gets across the 35, and runs out of bounds at the 39-yard line. 6 yards on 1st down, brings up 2nd down and 4. And, Blair, I think you're right. Somebody told him he doesn't need to be taking too many hits because both times that he's run here in the second half, he's either gotten down or got out of bounds.
And that was interesting in that the Fayetteville defender, Meadows, ran from the left side to the right side, and the hole he left is where Witchen ran.
3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right in the boundary. This is the same formation as they had on 1st down. From the Har-Ber 39, 2nd down and 4. Witchen takes the snap. Fayetteville brings an extra runner. It looks like there's going to be a hold here. This pass is incomplete. Witchen throws it away over the heads of his Har-Ber teammates on the sideline, but there's a hold. Coleman Johnson was coming right toward Witchen, and he was taken down. It looked like by the left guard for Har-Ber. That left guard is Peyton Henderson, a 6-foot, 250-pound sophomore. And he was no match for Coleman Johnson, the big senior defensive end for Fayetteville. It is a hold.
And it was obvious.
Yes, and it was very obvious.
There would have been
Might have been the first tackle of Peyton Henderson's career.
Yeah. There would have been a lot of angst on the Fayetteville sideline if that had gone uncalled.
They move it all the way back to the 24-yard line now, Blair. That'll bring up 2nd down and 19 for Har-Ber. Wildcats need to get to their 43. 10:39 to play third quarter. Witchen in the pistol formation takes the snap. Deep drop, trying to set up the screen, being pressured, is able to get away from Cobbs, now running to his left across the 20, and he's going to be taken down by Marcus Tortorello at the 22-yard line. He's going to end up losing. Fayetteville came out of there with the football. They're going to say that Witchen was down, though, and he's down on the field. Witchen is down on the field, and
they're waving to the sideline.
Yeah, they're waving. He's having some trouble getting
walk.
up. He's
he's
limping back
around
toward the huddle, and
well, they missed an obvious hold too on the left side.
Witchen ran all the way back inside the 10-yard line, Blair, and he was fortunate to only lose 2 yards on that play back to the 22. It's 3rd down and 21 for the Wildcats. Again, they have to get to the 43 for a first down, and they've got a quarterback who's having trouble standing up.
Coleman Johnson was being horse-collared, and somehow they missed that.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers right side. Witchen stays in the game. Fayetteville brings the house. Witchen just chucks it deep down the field, and this pass is intercepted at the Fayetteville 40. There's a flag comes out.
Whoa, must be some talking going on.
Be interesting to see who they call this on.
I think it may be on Seawood.
It looked like Byron Marks was the one who came away with the ball for the Purple Dogs. And there's a flag on the field at the 40. As it stands right now, Fayetteville's got a 1st and 10 at its 40-yard line, but we await to see what the penalty flag is. It's going to be a dead ball penalty. Fayetteville's got possession. It's just a matter of, are they going to have to move back 15 yards, or are they going to get to move into Har-Ber territory?
They're still discussing it, though.
Yeah, that served as pretty much a punt for the Wildcats. That's their 3rd turnover tonight.
I'm surprised he was able to get that much on it.
Dead ball.
Yep.
Ooh, against Har-Ber. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Wildcats. And Blair, I believe, well, I'm not sure who that was against.
I think it was against Seawood.
Okay. There were 2 Har-Ber receivers down there deep, and Witchen just threw it up in the air. It was 3-on-2 in favor of Fayetteville. They will – it's interesting. It's only going to be a 12-yard mark-off, though. But Fayetteville's got a 1st and 10 at the Har-Ber 48-yard line. Bowers in the shotgun moves his tight end Van Hook in motion from his left to right. They're going to give it to Terry, running right side. Terry trying to cut up field, and he finally is able to on the right side. Kofer on the tackle for the Wildcats. They will give him 3 yards out to the 45, 2nd down and 7.
Now it's going to be interesting to see if things maybe start getting a little chippy as a result. And the main thing, the Bulldogs just need to keep their composure, let Har-Ber bark, just keep your composure and play.
Look at this tight set for Fayetteville. Now they move some men in motion. Sherritts comes and stands to the left of Bowers. 2 receivers to the right in the boundary. Now they move Van Hook from left to right. On 2nd and 7, Bowers, good protection, throws right side, and Van Hook fell down. He was looking for the tight end Van Hook down around the 25-yard line, and Van Hook slipped when he turned around. We've seen Fayetteville's players slip on this turf a few times tonight. Incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 7. Fayetteville's got to get to the Har-Ber 38 to move the chains.
That's the 3rd time we've seen a player slip, and it did rain a little bit in Springdale. In fact, it hailed a little bit for about 3 minutes. It was really odd with the sun out. And so I'm thinking this turf is a little slippery. And
again, we talked about Fayetteville's players didn't show up here to the stadium till about 30 minutes before game time and didn't have that normal hour or so to go through warm-ups and get acclimated to the turf. 3rd down and long for Fayetteville. Bowers takes the snap, being pressured, gets out of the 45, the 40. He's got a 1st down, but this play's coming back. There's a penalty flag back at the line of scrimmage. They tackle him at the 34-yard line. If the play stands, it would be a 12-yard carry by Bowers, but I don't think it's going to. I think this is going to be a hold against the Purple Dogs. Wait for the official call.
Yeah, correct.
I think it might have been on Emery Bandy, Blair, the right guard. Looked like he took down his defender the same way that Peyton Henderson did for Har-Ber the possession before.
So that'll back the Bulldogs back up into their own territory.
The penalty Markoff will put Fayetteville at its 43, so that'll bring up third down and really long for the Purple Dogs. It's third down and 19. They have to get to the Har-Ber 38 to move the chains. 3 receivers to the left side of Bowers. Stuckey is lined up to the right in the boundary. Sherritt's the running back. On third down and 19, Har-Ber brings the blitz. Bowers steps up. Now he's going to throw it downfield looking for Charbonneau. Charbonneau made the catch at the 30 of Har-Ber. And he's going to be taken down at the 27-yard line, but there come flags.
Oh, man.
I think that Bowers might have stepped across the line of scrimmage, but a second flag came in as well, Blair, and we may have 2 different penalties
That'd be a
on
shame.
the play.
What a great catch by Luke.
Bowers clearly stepped across the line of scrimmage. The line was at the 43, and he was at about the 44 when he threw the ball. But we got to wait and see if there's a second penalty on the play. That's going to nullify for sure a big gain. That would have been a 30-yard gain to Charbonneau, who made a juggling catch. So across the line of scrimmage against Bowers, we also have personal foul against Har-Ber, and it'll give Fayetteville a first down. Oh, my goodness. So after the play was over, Har-Ber was flagged for a personal foul. So
now we got to figure out where to put the ball, and that's what the officials are headlining about.
Yeah, I think they'll have to mark off the Fayetteville penalty first, and then they'll have to walk forward 15 yards. So Fayetteville was at its 43 on third down. They're going to mark it. That's a 5-yard penalty back to the 38, and then they'll mark off 15 yards, and that'll put Fayetteville back in Har-Ber territory and should put Fayetteville at the Har-Ber 47-yard line.
Huh, he's doing. The official was doing the,
I don't know
the
if I've seen
signal to
that.
the other side. I haven't seen that before. Well, we've seen a lot this year, haven't we?
All right, so Fayetteville is at the Har-Ber 47. After all of that, we're back to where we started from pretty much. Fayetteville with a first down and 10 from the Har-Ber 47-yard line. 8:33 to play second quarter. Fayetteville leads Har-Ber 21-14. No, it's not an automatic first down. I'm sorry, Blair. It's a personal foul.
I think that's what Billy Dawson's arguing, is that not an automatic first down.
The officials are conferencing right now. I know the high school rules are different than college and NFL rules in terms of some penalties that would be automatic first downs at the higher levels are not automatic first downs in the high school game.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Dawson's going to get the explanation he wanted to hear.
He didn't win the argument, so it is fourth down now for Fayetteville. After all of that, it's fourth down and 9 for the Purple Dogs from the Har-Ber 47, and Huxley Richardson's coming on to punt the ball away. Kofer standing back deep for the Wildcats. Huxley standing at the 39-yard line, way back behind the line of scrimmage. No rush, so he gets plenty of time to kick this away. It is going to take a Fayetteville bounce inside the 10 and into the end zone. Purple Dogs gave a good try trying to down it inside the 5-yard line, but it'll go down inside the end zone. It'll go down as a 53-yard punt, and Har-Ber will start from its own 20 with 8:08 to play in the third quarter, trailing by a touchdown.
Man, I thought for a moment they were going to get that at the 1, but just out of the reach of the fingertips.
So we talked about this stadium, Blair. The offices were built here in about 2005 and 2006. It's really interesting how this stadium has taken fruition.
It's a beautiful venue with the school behind us, and I say the skyline of Springdale. There's not much of a skyline, but it's gorgeous.
On first and 10 from the 20, Witchen in the shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right side. That's a low snap, being pressured from behind. He's going to be taken down. It's a sack for the Purple Dogs. Guess who? Coleman Johnson comes through and makes the tackle back at the 11-yard line, a loss of 9. It's second down and 19.
Great play by Coleman. He is starting to really have his way
Yeah, he sure is.
on the line, and that's huge.
So to finish the thought, though, the offices were built here in 2005. They put a field in here in 2008 because they were having to practice at 5 a.m. over at Springdale High School because they were sharing the field with the Bulldogs. So they practiced on the field here for 6 years. They built an indoor facility somewhere around 2011. The Fayetteville player late to get off the field, but Har-Ber doesn't take the snap. Now they do second down and long. Witchen being pressured, and he's going to go down. He's hurt. He's hurt, Blair. He went down on his own at the 2-yard line, and that might be that injury that he had earlier in the game. He is wincing in pain, rolling around at the goal line. I think he's going to have to come out. Yep, there he goes back down, and the officials are going to have to get him out of this game. He doesn't want to come out. He didn't want to come out on that last drive, but the Har-Ber trainers quickly out into the end zone. That's going to go down as a loss of 8 yards back to the 3. And we've talked about this, Blair, a lot. The number of quarterbacks, this was in the newspaper today, the number of quarterbacks that have been injured this season, it's a high number. It's not just the 7A, it's in some of the other classifications across Northwest Arkansas, but we've seen so many of them in Fayetteville games. Yeah. Van Buren's starting quarterback couldn't play. Springdale's starting quarterback, and he's being helped off the field. He can't put any weight on that leg.
To see that.
But, Springdale's quarterback, Grant Allen, who played here last year, he was injured in that game against Fayetteville, broke his leg. And we've seen it a number of times this year where the starting quarterback for the opposing team, Bentonville West,
Will Jarrett was
could
out.
not play in the game. And so we've seen it a number of times this season where the opposing quarterback has been out or has been injured in a game against Fayetteville.
We saw it Heritage last week. I think Bentonville's quarterback is the only one that's managed to survive. Well, this will present Har-Ber with a couple.
See that for Witchen, though. I mean, he's being they're carrying him. He's putting zero weight on that leg, and for him to go down in the manner in which he went down, that was scary to see. And you really hate to see that for a good football player. Blaze Witchen, just a junior, so he'll be able to play again next year, but you hate to see potentially his season come to an end.
And now you'll see
like
Hunter Wood most likely slide over to the quarterback spot. And that takes away your top receiver.
Yeah, Wood in the shotgun formation on 3rd down and 27. He's just going to run it. Runs right, breaks a tackle, and gets out to the 5-yard line, and it'll bring up a 4th down and long for the Wildcats, 4th down and 25. And surely they're going to punt the ball away. And again, Blair, as we've seen the last 2 weeks, the starting quarterback's also the starting punter. So it changes what you have to do on special teams.
Yeah, Wood has punted a couple times, so
he's back deep on 4th down. Bo Stuckey standing inside the Har-Ber 40. He's the Fayetteville return man. Wood rolls right. It's a high kick. It's not a good one, though. In fact, it's a really bad one. Takes a Har-Ber bounce at the 28 to the 36-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will down it, and the Purple Dogs will take over with 6:04 to play, 3rd quarter. Fayetteville leading Har-Ber 21-14, and now we've got 2 big developments here at Springdale. They forfeit 3 games. We found that out late in the 2nd quarter, and now their starting quarterback knocked out of the game, potentially knocked out of the game, as he's carried off the field and straight to the training table on the sideline. Potentially an unmemorable night for the Wildcats. On 1st down, a push pass to Connor Flanagan at the 35, breaks a tackle, gets forward to the 30. They might have marked him down at the 31. It's going to be a gain of about 5, maybe 6 on 1st down. Brings up 2nd down and 4. They will mark him at the 30-yard line.
North Little Rock up on Cabot 27-7, so I don't think the big upset is going to happen there.
So now it just comes down to north side and south side.
Yeah, and I can't get that.
We'll get a score on them in just a minute. Bowers on 1st down throws, and guess what? Another player slipped on the turf. He was looking right side for, looked like Stuckey, and Stuckey fell down at the 25-yard line as he was coming out of his break. It's 3rd down and 4.
Boy, I just can't recall a team having so much trouble staying upright on a field as we've seen tonight.
And we talked about this is a new field for Har-Ber just in its 2nd year. You see that sometimes on these turf fields when they get older, and they're wet, but you don't see it a lot on these newer turf fields. On 3rd down and 4, play action, Bowers throws, it's caught, and a first down by Stuckey out to the 26-yard line. They needed 4, they got 4, and with 5:19 to play, the clock will stop while they move the chains. Fayetteville nearing the red zone.
And burning clock. Boy, a score here would be huge. Oh, there we go. Oh, Northside's up 17-7.
So right now it's looking very much like Cabot might be coming to Harmon Field next week. 1st and 10 from the Har-Ber 26. 3 receivers left side. They're going to give it to Terry, running to the right across the 25. Terry to the 20 and knocked out of bounds at the 19-yard line after a nice run. They'll mark him out at the 20, Blair. So it's a 6-yard run, brings up 2nd down and 4.
Good run by Terry. He looks good as a running back. It's going to be very important come playoff time because you've got to be able to run the ball in the playoffs.
Kind of amazing what Fayetteville's been able to do. You know, they lost Terrence Rock earlier in the season. He was so good for them at running back. On 2nd down, they go play action. Bowers looking over the middle toward Flanagan. Touchdown, Fayetteville. 20-yard touchdown pass from Darius Bowers to Connor Flanagan, and it was as easy as you'll get. Play action right over the top. Flanagan's 2nd touchdown catch of the night. And the Purple Dogs have gone up by 2 scores with 5:02 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Those two just make it look so much easier than it is in reality. A phenomenal job by both. And at some point, people are going to learn you cannot allow Connor Flanagan to roam loose across the middle.
That was Connor Flanagan's 16th touchdown pass of the season. Reception of the season. Had the big 68-yarder earlier in this game. Huxley Richardson on to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And so with 5:02 to play in the 3rd quarter, our new score, Fayetteville 28, Har-Ber 14. You're listening to Purple Dog Football. Bryant's now up 33-3.
At the end of the 3rd quarter, Rogers leads Rogers Heritage 33-7. At the end of the 3rd quarter, Northside leads Southside 17-7. At the end of the 3rd quarter, Van Buren leads Springdale 17-14.
Back at Wildcat Stadium with 5:02 to play 3rd quarter, Fayetteville leads Har-Ber 28-14 after a 20-yard touchdown pass from Darius Bowers to Connor Flanagan. And the Purple Dogs trying to end Har-Ber's season tonight. Just kind of amazing how we came into this game thinking that the winner was going to be the number 3 seed to now if Har-Ber loses, they're out of the playoffs, and they may be out anyway. They need Rogers to lose to Heritage, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Rogers leads Heritage 33-7 going into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and as we know, Heritage is not exactly a
they're not offensive prone.
Quick.
Huxley Richardson's kick is going to go out of bounds on the right side. It almost hit a couple of Fayetteville cheerleaders that went so far out of bounds.
Yeah, they weren't paying attention either.
The Wildcats will start at their own 35-yard line. Yeah, we talked to some about this stadium, Blair. Even when it was nothing more than a practice field, they built this white fence around the stadium to kind of pay homage, I guess, to their home field at the time, Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium across town. And you know you're in Springdale when you see that white picket fence around the football stadium.
Yeah.
Both Har-Ber and Springdale have done that. I remember some spring games when people would pull their pickup trucks out here and just watch from the back. On 1st down, the give is to Molina, trying to get through, and he's able to get a couple of extra yards out to the 39-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play, and it brings up 2nd down and 6. The new quarterback for the Wildcats is Noah Livingston. Livingston, a 6'4", 185-pound sophomore. Just 9 for 21 this season, 176 yards. He's thrown 2 interceptions. Also has run the ball a number of times. The give is to Molina again on 2nd down. He's going to push the pile forward out to the 42. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Wildcats. Har-Ber has to get to its 45 to move the chains. 4:20 to play 3rd quarter. Fayetteville leads 28-14.
Livingston's not much of a runner. He's more of a pure drop-back passer. And a chance to maybe get him some experience. I would be shocked if they kind of let him air it out here, but you never know. 14-point game.
On third down, Livingston throws right side, and he's going to overthrow Wood inside Fayetteville territory. Carrington Taylor on the coverage that time for the Purple Dogs, and now that brings up fourth down for Har-Ber. And if you're the Wildcats, you really have nothing to lose at this point. Do you go for it here from your own 42 on fourth down and 3?
Might as well. Like you said, nothing to lose. And a deep pass is almost as good as a punt right now anyway.
Livingston in the pistol formation on fourth down and 3 from the 42 takes the snap. Looking right, being pressured, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. Darby Fields got to him. Darren Cobbs also got to him, and that's going to be a turnover on downs back at the 38-yard line. So it'll be a loss of 5, and the Purple Dogs with a chance to possibly put the nail in the coffin right here. Great field position at the Har-Ber 38 with 3:49 to play third quarter.
Yep. Go down here, punch it in, and give the starters the rest of the night off. Ideally. Of course, it doesn't always work out that way.
Some score updates. Blair Bryant now leads Conway 33-3 in the third
Wow.
quarter. Bryant's going to be the number 2 seed in the 7A Central, barring a miraculous comeback there in Central Arkansas. Van Buren leads Springdale 17-14. Winner of that game becomes the number 4 seed and gets a home playoff game next week. On first and 10, Bowers, empty backfield, takes the snap. Looking, lots of time. Now he's being pressured, and now he's going to be taken down. Kind of body slammed to the ground a little bit. He might have gotten a yard up to the 36-yard line. He was being pressured that time by Miller Hurden.
Just go down.
Hurden, he actually got a yard out of the play up to the 36, so to bring up second down and 9, it won't be a sack. Bowers had a lot of time, and then all of a sudden Hurden kind of came out of nowhere from his right.
I don't like the fact he's kind of leaning over right now. Makes me a little nervous. He just needs to go down in that situation. Don't take a shot.
Took a big hit. 3 receivers right side on second down and 9. Bowers. Har-Ber brings the blitz, throws right. The pass is caught across the 30 at the 25, and down to the 21-yard line is Bo Stuckey. First down for the Purple Dogs, 15 yards. Tillery on the tackle for the Wildcats, but Fayetteville almost back into the red zone. The clock will stop while they move the chains. 3 minutes to play third quarter.
Great protection that time, but Bowers just rifled it right in there to Bo.
From the 21. There's the give across the 20, the 15. And taken down at the 14-yard line. Nice run that time by Montel Terry. 7 yards and brings up second down and 3. And it seems like Fayetteville, every time they give it to Terry, they get a good gain on first down, brings up a good second and manageable play.
Good things happen when he touches the ball, no question about it. Boy, Har-Ber is unloading, too, on the defensive end. They are going for the knockout shot.
Benji Mahan's got to love what he can call on second down when you get 6-7 yards. On second down, the give is to Sherritt's running right side. He's got the first down inside the 10. He ran out of bounds at the 8-yard line, so it'll be a pickup of 6 on the play. The clock will stop with 2:11 to play third quarter. First down and goal for Fayetteville from the Har-Ber 8.
And he took a big shot and still managed to dart upfield and get 2 yards before he went out of bounds.
Fayetteville leads 28-14, trying to deliver a knockout punch to the Wildcats. First and goal. Bowers in the shotgun. 3 receivers left side. Stuckey to the right in the boundary. Bowers goes play action, keeps it himself, runs right, touchdown Fayetteville. What a great play fake by Darius Bowers. It looked like Jacob Sherritt had taken it up the middle. Instead, Bowers tucked it and ran to the right, and he was untouched as he ran inside that right pylon in the front of the end zone. And with 2:05 to play in the third quarter, the Purple Dogs are up by 20.
You know, he really hadn't had to do that often this year. And that was beautifully done, and it starts to send some of the Wildcat faithful to the exits.
Huxley Richardson on to attempt the extra point for the Purple Dogs. Jordan will hold. Brooks Flanagan is the deep snapper, and now we've got penalty flags. Wait to see what the call is.
Hopefully that's not going to become a trend the rest of the game.
We still haven't gotten a call yet from the official. It's a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Har-Ber. We've seen a few of those tonight against the Wildcats. And I think Fayetteville, I don't know, can you take that on the kickoff? I'm not sure if you can.
No.
Fayetteville declines the penalty for the purposes of the extra point. Richardson stands back now. Try it again. Flanagan the holder. Flanagan the snapper. Jordan the holder. They both do their jobs well, and Huxley Richardson tucks it inside the left upright. And so with 2:05 to play third quarter, Ironers score Fayetteville 35, Har-Ber 14. You're listening to Purple Dog Football.
Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite. Ballpark Franks, bring on summer. Ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. And with the taste of 100% Angus beef, passed down from one generation to the next, they soon became a tradition everywhere, bringing on the feeling of summer in every bite.
Here in just a second. Huxley Richardson on to kick this ball away. The left side will be taken by Wood at the 4-yard line. Back across the 10, the 15. Wood at the, this is Kofer across the 20, the 25. And Kofer falls forward to the 28-yard line. That'll go down as a 24-yard kickoff return. And the Wildcats will start 1st and 10 from their 28 with 1:58 to play in the third quarter.
Let me get this entered in here, and I'll gladly give you the numbers on Mr. Bowers. We're at the 29.
We'll get the numbers here in just a second. 1st and 10 for Har-Ber. As Noah Livingston, the backup quarterback, back into the game for the Wildcats. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. On 1st down, he gives it to Molina, running right, cuts back up over the middle. The 35, breaks another tackle. He's at the 40, and he's got some room at the 45, midfield. Molina at the 45 and run out of bounds at the 41-yard line of Fayetteville. Jay Beasley, the safety, was the one who took him down. That didn't look like it was going to go for more than a yard, Blair, and before you knew it, it'd gone for 30.
Yeah, that was kind of out of nowhere, wasn't it? And Beasley hit him pretty good as he was going out of bounds, and you just don't want it to get real chippy, and which this game and this rivalry has tended to become at times.
Livingston in the pistol on 1st and 10 from the Fayetteville 41. 2 receivers right side, 1 to the left in the boundary. The give is to Molina again, running right side. This time he's going to be taken down in the backfield. Cobbs was the one who got to him. Takes him down back at the 43, a loss of 2, and it's 2nd down at 12.
Boy, that was a great tackle, too. He came from the opposite side and ran him down from behind. Outstanding play. I mean, we've got to nip this in the bud right now. We don't want Har-Ber to get any boost and think that they're back in a ball game.
Darian Cobbs, 6'2", 185-pound junior, made a great play that time for the Purple Dogs. 2nd and 12. Har-Ber from the 43 of Fayetteville. Clock running. 1:08 to play third quarter. They'll move a tight end in motion. Livingston takes the snap out of the pistol. Play action, being pressured, trying to get away from it, and I don't think he's going to. Nope, there he goes down. Coleman Johnson is going to get credit for a half a sack here. Also, that's Meadows. Nope, wrong again. Tortorello is the one who gets up. He'll get a half sack along with Conley. Half sack for each of them back at the 47-yard line. I saw a 3, Blair, and I think I went through about half the roster of players who had a 3 on their jersey. It's going to go back to the 47, a loss of 4 on the play Brings up 3rd down and 16 for Har-Ber. They have to get to the Fayetteville 31.
Looked like we might have jumped a little bit, too, on the hard snap count, but got back in time.
2 receivers to the right side of the boundary. Now they'll move one in motion. On 3rd down, the give is to Molina, runs straight ahead. Not much there. Gets out to the 43-yard line. And it's going to bring up 4th and long for the Wildcats.
Well, they've definitely become one-dimensional now with Livingston in there.
Yeah. Har-Ber will keep its offense on the field, but not before we hit the end of the quarter. We are through 3 in Springdale. And our score, Fayetteville 35, Har-Ber 14. You're listening to Purple Dog Football.
Come to the Grease Pig for all your vehicle needs. Voted Best Oil and Lube in Northwest Arkansas, you can count on the Grease Pig for more than just the best oil changes. Get in and out and on your way fast at the Grease Pig, home of the 17-point oil change. Alignments, brakes, air conditioning, tires, transmission, tune-ups, and general repairs on all makes and models from our ASE certified technicians. Plus, service with a smile. Go to greasepiglube.com for special offers right now and then bring your vehicle to the Grease Pig. Voted Best of the Best on North College next to Herman's or on MLK in Fayetteville. Come to the Grease Pig for all your vehicle needs. Voted Best Oil and Lube in Northwest Arkansas, you can count.
At the Odom Law Firm, our injury attorneys are proud to have been able to represent the people of Northwest Arkansas for over 35 years. If you or a loved one are ever injured in an accident, we would welcome the opportunity to meet with you to see if we can help. Give us a call at 442-7575 or find us online at odomfirm.com. We have recently moved, so please feel free to stop by and visit us at our new location at 161.
Back at Wildcat Stadium on 4th down to start the 4th quarter. Noah Livingston takes the snap, being pressured, and he's going to be sacked by Coleman Johnson. Back at the 49-yard line of Har-Ber, and Johnson once again gets through there. That's his 2nd sack of the night. Brings him up to 9 sacks. Of course, he had 1 taken off the board because of a penalty earlier in this game. Big night for Coleman Johnson, the big 6-foot, 215-pound senior. And the Purple Dogs will take over on downs. They will give Livingston forward progress back to the 49-yard line. So Fayetteville will start from its own 49 with 11:55 to play in the game.
That's Coleman's 3rd sack of the night. Outstanding. Connor Flanagan, 10 catches, 137 yards. Darius Bowers, 20 of 27 passing, 204 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's also the leading rusher, 5 carries, 55 yards.
On 1st down, Bowers gets away from the rush, rolls right, looking for Stuckey down the field. He's got him no, he dropped it. Oh, Stuckey had it in his arms, and then he dropped it at the 25-yard line. He's had a little bit of a rough night. He gets a little bit of a 5 from one of the Har-Ber fans on the sideline.
That was almost a great catch. I mean, kind of over-the-shoulder Willie Mays type catch. 2nd
down and 10 for the Purple Dogs. Upcoming from their own 49. 11:46 to play. Fayetteville leads 35-14. The Purple Dogs will be the 3 seed in the playoffs next week, and it's looking, Blair, like it's going to be Cabot. We'll tell you about that in just a moment. Bowers goes pump fake on 2nd down and then keeps it himself, runs forward to the 46-yard line. 5 on the play.
He took another big hit.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Which makes me wince every time he takes the big hit. Back to the pass to Stuckey, he put it where only his guy could get it. What a great pass that was, even though it was incomplete. Just get him healthy through this game.
3rd down and 5. From the Har-Ber 46, need to get to the 41. Hard count by Bowers. Now he looks toward the sideline after Har-Ber shows its hand. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Bowers takes the snap, but not before we have a timeout. Let's take one with them. 10:59 to play 4th quarter. Our score, Fayetteville 35, Har-Ber 14. This is Purple Dog Football.
Electricity is a lot of things to a lot of people. And although it's only been 75 years since electric cooperatives electrified rural America, it's hard to imagine a time without it. It's there with us each and every day. For us at Ozarks Electric Cooperative, providing reliable, affordable electricity is a chance to connect with our members, to be there when the lights turn on, to innovate, and to continue finding ways to improve our members' quality of life. Electricity is whatever our members need it to be, powering their lives every single day. Electricity is a lot of things to a lot of people, and although it's only been 75 years since electric cooperative
Purple Dogs facing a 3rd down and 5 from the Har-Ber 46-yard line. Need to get to the Wildcats 41 to convert. Fayetteville comes out of the timeout with 2 receivers to the right side. Van Hook, the tight end, is into the game. He's on the right. And Sherritt's the tailback, sends to the right of Darius Bowers. Here's the snap. Bowers rolls right, throws that way, and the pass is incomplete. Again, in and out of the arms of Bo Stuckey. And now it brings up 4th down and a decision for Billy Dawson. You know the Fayetteville coach wants to put the final nail in the coffin. But if you don't convert it here, give Har-Ber good field position.
Well, we're lining up like we're going for it.
On 4th down, Bowers in the shotgun formation. Now they'll bring Flanagan in motion, and this is going to be a punt. Flanagan takes the snap, rolls right, does a good punt. Inside the Har-Ber 20, takes a Fayetteville bounce at the 15, and it'll be down there by the Purple Dogs. Link Lindsay down the punt for the Purple Dogs. It actually took a little bit of a spin back, so they'll mark it at the 16, and that's where Har-Ber will begin with 10:45 to play, trailing by 3 scores. Blair, some scores around the area and around the state. It has gone final now in North Little Rock. North Little Rock defeats Cabot 34-7, and that means that if Northside can hold on to its 17-7 lead over Southside, that the Cabot Panthers will be coming into Harmon Field next week for the first round of the playoffs. On 1st down for Har-Ber, 3 receivers right side, 2 to the left of the boundary for Noah Livingston from the Wildcat 16-yard line. Fayetteville with 4 down linemen. Livingston takes the snap, looking right. That pass is caught, but not for much. Did the ball come out?
I think it did.
I think it did. They threw the beanbag. Did Fayetteville fall on it? They sure did. Fayetteville's got the ball. It was caught, and then he was trying to get out of bounds, but he lost the ball, and Fayetteville comes away with it. I'm not sure who recovered it, Blair, but I think it might have been Brooks Flanagan.
I think you're correct. It was on the far side of the field away from us.
And so that'll give
hard to tell, but
that'll give Fayetteville the ball at the 16 of Har-Ber. That's 4 turnovers tonight for the Wildcats. Of course, Har-Ber committed 4 turnovers last year in the close loss back in Fayetteville, a 34-28 decision. And now Fayetteville, can you put this one away? 3 receivers to the right side of Bowers. On 1st and 10 from the Har-Ber 16-yard line. Play action. Bowers going to keep it himself across the 15. Spins at the 10, and he's going to be taken down at the 10. A pickup of 6 on the play brings up 2nd down and 4.
He is playing with no fear. That was a sweet spin move, but took a pretty good lick for it. But, man, Darius he's not holding back.
Bryant leads Conway 33-10. That game in the 4th quarter now. If Bryant holds on, they will be the 2 seed. And that is who Fayetteville would play in the 2nd round of the playoffs, assuming Fayetteville is able to win its opener.
Just can't get away from those Hornets.
Springdale has gone ahead of Van Buren 21-17 in the 4th quarter. Winner of that game gets a home playoff game. And Bentonville leads Bentonville West 24-7. That game now in the 4th quarter of the conference championship game up in Benton County. On 2nd and 4, the give is to Terry running left side. Terry hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked backward. They should give him forward progress back to the 10, Blair. Although, it looks like they might say he's down at the 11. That might go down as a loss of a yard. And it'll bring up 3rd down for the Purple Dogs. Fayetteville needs to get to the Har-Ber 6 to move the chains.
I believe Northside has gone up 23-7 on Southside.
Southside doesn't really have the offense to come back from that deficit, you wouldn't think. 3 receivers right side on 3rd down. Bowers in the shotgun, takes the snap, play action, being pressured. Now keeps it himself across the 10. Darius at the 5, dives toward the goal line. I don't think he made it. They're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line, but he got the 1st down. A gain of 10 to the 1, and now it brings up 1st and goal for Fayetteville With 8:53 to play, the Purple Dogs trying to go ahead by 4 scores.
7 carries now, 66 rushes for Darius. He tried to get over where his blocker could pick up the block, but it was just too big a gap.
In the shotgun formation on 1st and goal, Sherritts is the running back to the right side of Bowers. Gets the handoff, plows forward toward the goal line, but I don't think he made it. They're going to mark him down at the 1. He was hit in the hole by a couple of Har-Ber defenders.
Hit hard, too.
Yes.
He doesn't go backwards often, but he did not go forward after he got hit.
No, he did not.
Which he usually does.
2nd and goal here for the Purple Dogs. Carter Carlton, the senior safety on the tackle that time for Har-Ber. And Fayetteville's a hurry-up offense, but Billy Dawson sees an opportunity to take some time here. And Fayetteville in no hurry to take a snap. Clock might run under 8 minutes before the Purple Dogs take this snap. On 2nd and goal from the 1. It's a high snap. They give it to Sherritts. Touchdown, Fayetteville. Jacob Sherritts goes in on the left side. A flag comes in at the end of the play. We'll have to wait and see what this flag is for. The umpire conversing with the head referee. It's a face mask against Har-Ber, so that penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. The touchdown stands. Sherritts goes in from a yard out, and Huxley Richardson comes on to attempt the extra point. And Blair, Fayetteville's been very balanced tonight, 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns.
Indeed they have, and a lot more emphasis on the run game tonight, too. Get that thing tuned up for the playoffs.
Flanagan is the deep snapper. Jordan will hold. Huxley Richardson on to attempt the extra point. Ball's down. The kick is up, and it is good. And so with 7:54 to play, our new score, Fayetteville 42, Har-Ber 14. You're listening to Purple Dog Football.
Come to the Grease Pig for all your vehicle needs. Voted best oil and lube in Northwest Arkansas, you can count on the Grease Pig for more than just the best oil changes. Get in and out and on your way fast at the Grease Pig, home of the 17-point oil change. Alignments, brakes, air conditioning, tires, transmission, tune-ups, and general repairs on all makes and models from our ASE certified technicians. Plus, service with a smile. Go to greasepiglube.com for special offers right now and then bring your vehicle to the Grease Pig. Voted best of the best on North College next to Herman's or on MLK in Fayetteville. Come to the Grease Pig.
7:54 to play. Fayetteville leads Har-Ber 42-14. The Purple Dogs on the way to an 8-2 regular season record. While Har-Ber's season is going to end tonight, just an unbelievable turn of events for Har-Ber this week. Again, come into the game thinking they're going to be the number 3 seed potentially in the playoffs, and now their season's going to end.
Springdale is just retaking the lead at Van Buren.
Minute 51 left in that game. 28-24, Springdale leads. So after the penalty yardage was marked off, it was a 15-yard penalty. Fayetteville's going to kick off from the Har-Ber 45. And if Huxley doesn't put this one through the end zone, something will be wrong.
Almost put it through the uprights.
Ball's about 3-4 yards shy of the uprights. And it'll be a touchback, and Har-Ber will start at its 20-yard line. And now you start to wonder, if you're Fayetteville, do you start to put in some reserves on defense? You don't want to get your starters hurt in mop-up time the week before the playoffs begin.
No, and looking out there, I think we're seeing
it does look like
there's some faces.
There are some. There's some starters out there, too. I see Tyler Barnes. I see Sebastian Rodriguez. I see Meadows. On first down, Livingston throws left side. This pass is caught. Arrington McRae, who is their H-back, catches it out at the 37-yard line. A pickup of 17 on the play. And it's a first down for Har-Ber. The clock will stop with 7:49 to play.
That's the first time they've utilized him tonight as a weapon.
They used him a little bit at Rogers last week, but we haven't seen him much tonight.
I honestly thought we were going to see more of him tonight than we did.
On first down, Livingston looking right. Pass is caught. And that's Immel. Gets out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. He's going to be a yard shy of the first down. A flag is back in the backfield.
Roughing the passer.
We'll wait to see who that's on. It is roughing the passer against Fayetteville. And that'll add 15 yards on to the end of that run, and that'll give Har-Ber not only a first down, but that'll give Har-Ber the ball in Fayetteville territory. After the penalty yardage is marked off, Har-Ber is at the Fayetteville 39-yard line.
Yeah, that was a big hit. It was close. I mean, it was close, but and obviously they're not going to call it unless it's blatantly obvious at this point in the ball game.
7:20 to play. Har-Ber with a first down from the Fayetteville 39. Livingston moves Wood in motion to his left. It gives him 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right in the boundary. Looking left all the way, throws, and this pass is incomplete. He was looking for Wood at the 20, overthrew him, and Sebastian Rodriguez fell down in coverage, and had he not fallen down, he might have been able to pick off that ball. He was the closest player to it when it fell.
And he was a little disappointed, too. He was kind of slapping the turf like, oh, man. Getting that turf monster catching the Bulldogs.
North side up 23-7. That game inside of 3 minutes to go now, and it looks like Cabot is going to be coming to Fayetteville next week. 3 receivers left side, 2 to the right. Livingston in an empty set backfield takes the snap, looks left, throws, caught. Immel across the 35, and he's going to be taken down at the 33-yard line. Tyler Barnes and Quade Mosier on the tackle for the Purple Dogs. And you notice, Blair, after Har-Ber got into Fayetteville territory, there is a penalty flag back way behind the line of scrimmage. But you notice after Har-Ber got into Fayetteville territory, the starters came back out on the field for defense.
Yes, they did.
This penalty is going to be against Har-Ber, but we haven't been told what it is yet.
Well, they're still talking it over.
The Har-Ber defenders.
Personal foul.
Another dead ball personal foul against Har-Ber. So that'll be a 15-yard mark off after the end of the reception that took Har-Ber down to the 33. And so they'll move it back to the 48-yard line. This will be 3rd down for the Wildcats. 3rd down and 19. Har-Ber has to get to the Fayetteville 29 to move the chains. 6:50 to play. Fayetteville leads 42-14.
That clock cannot run fast enough.
They move Wood in motion to the left side. 3 to the left in the boundary. Livingston, low snap, takes it. Being pressured, rolls left. He's just going to run with it across the 45, and he runs out of bounds. Well short of the first down at the 43-yard line. We'll give him 5, and now to bring up 4th down and long for Har-Ber. 4th and 14. The Wildcats have to get to the Fayetteville 29-yard line.
He did want a piece of Kavion Clark, who was bearing in on him. Quickly got out of bounds wisely.
Not sure anybody wants
No.
a piece of Kavion Clark.
No.
6'3", 245-pound senior. He is a monster for the Purple Dogs. On 4th down, Livingston. Plenty of time. Nanette closed fast. He fumbled the ball, and Fayetteville's going to fall on it at the 50. No, Har-Ber's actually going to fall on it back at the 48-yard line. But it doesn't matter. Fayetteville's going to get the ball back on a turnover on downs. They will mark it at the 50-yard line. And so the Purple Dogs will take over there. 1st down and 10 with 6:31 to play.
You credit a sack on that?
I would think you would. I don't think Billy Dawson cares. I think he just cares they've got the ball back.
Well, that and let's just
They'll take care of stats later.
Yeah, let's just get out of here.
Fayetteville 6:31 to play. Hank Gibbs and the backup offensive players come into the game. Gibbs in the shotgun formation. Reese Nelson is the tailback, and he'll take it on 1st down. He's going to be eaten up in the backfield, taken down back at the 47-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play. And on the tackle at that time for Har-Ber was Miller Herden, senior linebacker, playing his final game tonight. Clock runs, and Fayetteville won't have to take a snap until we're inside of 6 minutes to play.
Darius's final numbers: 20 of 29 for 204 and 3 touchdowns, 7 rushes, 66 yards.
Just another night for Darius Bowers.
Yeah, kind of an off night,
Kind of
really.
yeah,
the
a
way
little
he's
bit of an
gone the
off
last 3 weeks.
He had some drop passes by his receivers. That contributed that to a little bit. Gibbs goes play action on second down, throws right. The pass is caught inside Har-Ber territory and down at the 41-yard line. That catch will go for 12 yards, and another penalty flag comes in
Oh, my goodness.
at the end of the play. On the reception that time for Fayetteville was Jaden Brockington. It was a 12-yard pickup, and if the play stands, it's going to be it's going to be 3rd down and 1, but we wait to see what the penalty flag is and who it's on. Fayetteville's players are
They're
walking
up.
backward like it's on them. It's an ineligible player downfield. That's the 3rd time Fayetteville has been called for that. And Blair, you know, on some of them, you understand it because the quarterback is scrambling to try to buy some time. But on that one, that was a pretty quick pass by Hank Gibbs.
Yeah, that's a little surprising to see it called on, or see that type of play result in that kind of penalty.
So the penalty yardage will move Fayetteville back to the 43-yard line. It's 3rd down. Excuse me, it's 2nd down still. That was not a loss of down penalty. 2nd down and 17 from the Fayetteville 43. The Purple Dogs need to get to the Har-Ber 40 to move the chains. Clock runs, 5:23 to play, 4th quarter. Fayetteville leads 42-14. Gibbs moves a man in motion. Now they'll give it to Nelson, running left. Cuts up field at the 44, gets to the 45, and he'll be taken down there after a gain of 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and long for Fayetteville. 3rd and 15.
Run that clock.
4:58 to play. It'll be at about 4.5 minutes before Fayetteville has to take another timeout. There have been some great finishes in the history of this series. We hope we don't see one here tonight. Hope that Fayetteville can just run this clock down.
That would be an all-timer.
There have been some all-timers in this series, Blair.
Yeah, but this would be a new all-timer at 41-14 with 4:30 to go.
Har-Ber's first win over Fayetteville. They went for 2 in overtime, won 42-41. On 3rd down, they give us to Nelson. Runs forward, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage at the 45. That brings up 4th down. Clock continues to run, 4:16 to play. That was in 2007. They met again in the state championship game that year, and Fayetteville won 28-7. And that was Fayetteville's first state championship win. It was Har-Ber's first state championship game. In 2010, I remember this game down at Harmon Field. Fayetteville scored with 17 seconds left to go up 51-48. Har-Ber had a player named Sean Sayerin returned the kickoff 92 yards for a touchdown and won with 3 seconds. And with 3 seconds left, and they won 55-51. Just an unbelievable ending. Huxley Richardson's punt is going to be fielded at the 25, and the return's going to be out to the 32-yard line, a return of 7. And Har-Ber takes over 1st down with 3:40 to play. 2013, over at Bulldog Stadium, they went to overtime. Har-Ber kicked a field goal, and Fayetteville looked like it was going in for a touchdown to win the game, and threw a screen pass, and Josh Frazier intercepted a pass, and Har-Ber won 34-31. Then 2015, memorable game, maybe the most memorable game between these two teams. Har-Ber scored with 6 seconds left. Fuller Chandler threw a 6-yard touchdown pass to Trey Smith, and Har-Ber won 47-43, but they met again at War Memorial Stadium that year, and Fayetteville won 28-7. Fayetteville and Har-Ber have met twice in the state championship game, and Fayetteville won by identical scores both years, 28-7.
It's interesting they've only met twice in the same year. I mean, they've met in the same year only twice.
Noah Livingston just throws a duck on 1st down, and this pass is almost intercepted. Oh, Sebastian Rodriguez had it in his grasp, and he couldn't pull it in. It was tipped up in the air by Carrington Taylor, and Rodriguez was coming over from the top as a safety, and he couldn't haul it in. Brings up 2nd down and 10. 3:32 to play. Fayetteville leads 42-14. Livingston on 2nd down from the Har-Ber 32. This time it's a give up the middle and out to the 44-yard line. They're just kind of emptying the bench at this point, Blair.
Yeah, not too surprising. Maybe give some seniors a chance to.
That was Isaac Kramer on the carry that time. Pickup of 2 yards, bring up third down and 8. Har-Ber has to get out to the 42-yard line to move the chains. 3:03 to play. Clock continues to move. Har-Ber's season will come to an end tonight. Kramer runs left side on third down, gets out to the 40. Pickup of 6, and it brings up 4th and 2. We'll see what Chris Wood decides to do. Got to believe they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, it is official. Northside has defeated Southside 23-13.
So Cabot will be at Harmon Field next week for the first round of the state playoffs. Fayetteville and Cabot. I don't remember that matchup very often.
No. That'll be a new one.
Livingston gives to Kramer on 4th down. He's going to be taken down in the backfield. Back at the 37-yard line. And on the tackle that time for the Purple Dogs was the backup linebacker, Samuel Honeycutt. And so Fayetteville will take over on downs at the Har-Ber 37 with 2:21 to play. Cabot, long-time legendary coach Mike Malum, won his 300th game there this year.
It took a while to do it.
I think he's in his 36th year, I believe. In his 36th year at Cabot, he won a state championship there back, I think it was in 2000.
I believe you're correct.
They've been a very good team throughout the years. I know they've lost some state championship games. I remember they lost a state championship game to Fort Smith Southside one year. On 1st down, Hank Gibbs will give it to Nelson running left. He's going to be taken down in the backfield back at the 40-yard line. It'll be a loss of 3 on the play. On the tackle that time was Keaton Eagle. A lot of juniors for Har-Ber. Eagle's one of them. Har-Ber's going to be back next year. They're going to be a really good team, and they're going to be a very veteran team, a team with a lot of experience.
No question about that.
You just hate it for these Har-Ber seniors, though, expecting to go into the playoffs on senior night, and it's going to wind up being your final game.
Yeah.
That's got to be a tough one to swallow.
And how about, speaking of tough to swallow, how about Cabot next week, knowing if you don't win, that's your coach's last game. That's going to be pretty emotional.
90 seconds to play. Gibbs takes the snap on 2nd down. They give us to Nelson, and he's just flung backward. Back at the 45-yard line is where they will give him forward progress to. Herden, the linebacker, with the tackle that time for Har-Ber. And Fayetteville won't have to take another snap until inside of a minute to play. Final score in the conference championship game tonight, Bentonville beats Bentonville West 31-7.
Wow.
So the Tigers are the 7A West champions again. And if you're Fayetteville, you just think back to the Bentonville game 3 weeks ago. What if you could have made that stop and you're playing for a share of the 7A West title tonight?
Well,
Fayetteville went head-to-head with West and Bentonville this year and played both of them really well. And you know that Billy Dawson and these kids would love another chance at the Bentonville schools somewhere down the road in the playoffs. On 3rd down, the give is to Nelson, running right side, trying to get outside, and he's actually going to be knocked out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to play. And it'll bring up 4th down, and we'll see what Dawson decides to do here. Gibbs is running off the field as if they're going to punt the ball away. It's 4th down and 18. They have to get to the Har-Ber 27. Actually, 4th down and 20. They've got to move to the Har-Ber 27 to get a 1st down. So they'll punt it away. Huxley Richardson comes out. It's a few plays away now from Fayetteville taking its 8th win of the season, 42-14 over Har-Ber.
Well, if you take care of business, not to look too far ahead, but you might get your crack at the Tigers in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
Richardson hit, and they're going to say he tipped the ball.
Tipped it, and
that'll go into the end zone for a touchback.
And Huxley just looks at the referee. He's like, what?
Huxley's got quite the personality.
That was a heck of a kick, too.
That was John Glenn that came through and nearly blocked the punt for Har-Ber. Huxley was able to get it away and into the end zone. And with 19 seconds left, Har-Ber's going to take over 1st and 10 at its own 20-yard line. Fayetteville players hugging and congratulating each other on the sideline. They're going to finish the regular season 8-2, and there's no shame in that, especially not playing in this conference and not with the non-conference schedule that they played.
One quick thought about the punt. For a punt that was tipped, that sure went a long way.
It did. A final score tonight from Central Arkansas. Bryant beats Conway 40-10, so Bryant will be the number 2 seed in the 7A Central. Carry on first down, and that might be the final play of the game. Clock runs, 12 seconds, 11-10. I don't think Chris Wood is in any mood to take another snap, and he and Billy Dawson are walking toward each other in the middle of the field, and Fayetteville's going to walk out of Har-Ber tonight with a 42-14 win. Purple Dogs will be the number 3 seed in the 7A West, and Blair, in one of the more bizarre scenes I think we've ever seen. Har-Ber goes from thinking they're in the playoffs to their season coming to an end.
Yeah, this is
2-8 overall is how Har-Ber's going to finish. That's how it'll look in the record books after they had the 3 forfeits. They'll finish 2-8 overall, 1-6 in the conference. I don't know if it went final, but we think Rogers beat Heritage pretty handily tonight up in Benton County. And so Rogers will be the 6th seed in the playoffs. Fayetteville will be the 3 seed. Purple Dogs will play Cabot, the 6th seed from the 7A Central, next week down at Harmon Field. So, Blair, final thoughts from tonight.
Well, a good showing by the Bulldogs. Bowers continues to impress. 20 of 29, 204, rush for 66 yards. Let's see, defensively, they held Har-Ber to 17 first downs, 84 yards rushing, which I think is pretty good because we knew Har-Ber was going to try to rush the ball. They did give up 170 yards passing. Bulldogs threw for 204, rushed for 132, 7 of 16 on third downs, pretty good. Penalties, 7 for 71. 4 sacks. A good performance. I think that's something to build on and create some momentum going into the playoffs next week against Cabot.
Fayetteville players running off the field, they're going to go get on those buses and go home. They don't have anything waiting on them in the locker rooms. They're going to go talk for just a second, I think, in the locker room. Then they're going to get on the bus and have a fun, quick bus ride back down I-49. The Har-Ber students have run out on the field and sing their alma mater as their season comes to an end. You know, Fayetteville tonight, by winning, regains the lead in this series. It's the 15th meeting between these two teams. They came into the night with the series tied 7-7. Fayetteville's now won 5 of the past 6, and they regained the series lead 8-7. It's the first time, Blair, since Fayetteville won the state championship over Har-Ber in 2007 that they've regained the lead in this series.
Wow, and I think the playoff picture has finally come into focus.
Yeah, so did Springdale hold on and win?
They did.
So Springdale defeats Van Buren tonight. So Springdale will be at home next week. How hard to believe is that?
35-24 victory.
35-24 for Springdale over Van Buren tonight. Springdale will play Fort Smith Southside.
Wow.
In some years, not too long ago, that would have been a mega matchup.
Oh, that was, back in the mid-'80s. That was.
Well, they played in the state championship game as recently as 2002. With Malzahn and Lunny on the sidelines. So that's first round next week. Southside will be at Springdale. Conway will host Van Buren. No, hold on a minute. They'll host Rogers next week.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I forgot the whole Rogers
They'll
scenario.
host Rogers next week.
Change that.
In the playoffs. Of course, we said Fayetteville's going to host Cabot. That game will kick off, by the way, at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 6:52 down at Harmon Field. And then in the other playoff game, how about this? This is a big rivalry down in the River Valley. Van Buren at Northside. And
they played earlier this year.
Yeah, they did. They did. Northside defeated Van Buren, but Van Buren's improved quite a bit since that time.
And Northside's gone the other way.
We sure have. Van Buren Northside, one of the older rivalries in the state. And so the winner of Springdale Southside will play North Little Rock in the second round. The winner of Conway and Rogers will play at Bentonville West the following week. The winner of Northside and Van Buren will play Bentonville in the second round. And as we said, the winner of Fayetteville and Cabot will play Bryant. Could we possibly see Fayetteville-Bryant Part 4 in 2 seasons? Those two teams, Bryant knocked Fayetteville out of the playoffs last year with a 1-point win down in Bryant. And Fayetteville got a little bit of retribution earlier this season by winning 36-35 in Game 3, but they could definitely get a little bit more payback by possibly going down there in the second round. They got to beat Cabot first. Cabot's a little up and down this season. They didn't have a very good non-conference season, and they finished 2-5 in the 7A Central. Fayetteville will be the favorite next week, but once you get to the playoffs, you just never know what is going to happen. So Fayetteville ends the regular season 8-2 after a 42-14 win over Springdale Har-Ber. Purple Dogs have won 5 of the past 6 in this series, and they improved to 3-0 at Wildcat Stadium. That accounts for a third of Har-Ber's home losses since they've opened this facility. Again, our final score tonight, 42-14, Fayetteville over Har-Ber. For Blair Cartwright, I'm Matt Jones. We'll see you again next week back at Harmon Field for the first round of the 7A playoffs, Fayetteville versus Cabot. At 7 o'clock, we'll be on the air at 6:52. Good night, everyone.